The events of last time. You there, Eldwin? Uh-oh.
Jeez.
Eldwin, step away.
Maybe. I thought we were just talking a little bit, but he might have said that I missed it. Or Discord could be being a hoe. Oh, he just left, so I'm guessing Discord's being a hoe.
Perhaps.
Or his internet.
Darn you, Discord.
Hopefully it's not his internet. That would be poor timing.
No, I'm guessing
Hello?
Discord. Yep, I heard him.
Yeah. Oh, that was weird. For some reason, I wasn't picking up my mic.
It was the hacker.
The hacker.
Yeah,
It was the hackers. Alright.
Oh, no,
Yeah,
the hacker.
hacker.
It's the Maui war chants.
Hacker.
Went a little too hard. Broke the mic.
If you've ever seen a New Zealand football team, it's what they do at the beginning.
Oh, fair enough. Could you give us a recap, Will?
Like, so it begins on the. We
Oh.
began on the 2nd of summer at 9:30 a.m. We started heading back to Wandering Ember. On our way back, we discovered the purple worm had tunneled through there somewhat recently. Other than encountering the tunnel, we made it back with no issue and checked in with Davey and Callow. They remind us of Wandering Ember's need for food to ensure that they aren't in danger of running out. Eldon quickly identified the magic shield we got as a +1 shield. We head back to the ship and met with Voley and discussed with him about our trip back to Revan's Pass, in which Voley agrees to join us. Eldon then drives the ship over to Vorkon's trap. We summoned Vorkon and gave him an offering of several magical items. Vorkon is pleased with the offering and gives us a blessing that bolsters our attacks for the next week. We inform Vorkon of the purple worm, and he advises the party that the worm poses a greater threat to Wandering Ember most of all than the others, and we should probably hunt for it. We agree and drive the ship towards where we found the worm's tunnel. We track the worm on foot, and eventually the cave around us starts to shake as the worm closes in. Like, the party quickly prepares for the purple worm's appearance, and we begin struggling to fight the worm as the loose dirt fills in the holes made by the worms as it retreats. Eventually, the worm manages to bite Eldwin and swallow him. But Eldwin uses a 7th level spell to unleash a breath weapon on the inside of the worm. Nasira is then swallowed soon after that, and she manages to fell the worm from inside with a flurry of blows. Like, Voley extracts a dose of the purple worm's poison along with the normal essence that we got. Like, we head back to the ship and begin to head to Revan's Pass. Anvir sends a message to the Thieves Guild to request food and possible passage.
I think your mic dropped out
I
again.
think he's having technical issues.
Yeah, it was starting to like fizz a little bit, so I don't know if you maybe need a new microphone or if the jack's getting a little buggered up or if there's just something else going on.
Well, we pretty much left off with the group at Stella's estate.
Estella.
So we were talking to her. You guys were kind of doing business in the city, and that's where we had stopped. So it is the 5th of summer at 6:30 p.m. I guess, I mean, at this point, you had spoken to her about quite a few things. I don't think you asked her for any favors.
I had one more question I was going to ask her at the end of the session, but we were running late. I haven't marked down what I was going to ask.
Oh, and I think Robert was wanting to go on a date with Acela.
Also, Flick wasn't here last session, so Acela is somebody we know who is very into magic items, and we just sold a bunch of stuff to.
Now, is that the same? That's not the giant that you guys owe.
No, this is a
magical
pink-haired.
items to.
So we are in Revan's Pass, a completely different town now. This is a pink-haired lady.
Okay.
Oh,
And-
is she human, elf, half elf? What is she?
I think she's human.
She seems
Okay.
like she's human.
As far as
Actually
we
a
know.
dragon in disguise.
I mean, explains the magic item.
And the interest in history.
Guys, I laid the dragon. Laid the dragon.
But
So, has that? Because the last time I wasn't here last week, so the week before that, no, we were talking about. I can't remember the giant's name, but that we owed them, and we were
Oltar.
trying to figure out what to give them.
we
Now, has
gave
that
them
been resolved
stuff. He
Yes,
gave
okay.
us a blessing. He gave
That's
us a
the
week's
blessing you talked
blessing.
about.
Yeah, he gave us a week's worth blessing. We've already done like 3 days of it because of traveling. Once a turn, one of our attacks gets a d6 lightning damage.
Now, is this an ongoing thing where we have to continually supply him with stuff to keep him happy, or is this a one time like our debt is paid?
This is the one time he had asked us to do it, but if we want this blessing again, I think we would have to give him more stuff.
Okay,
Yeah,
gotcha.
I mean, it was basically in return for him giving you the information on this location where you got a bunch of stuff, and where they found
Mhm.
you, and some other stuff. So, yeah, so I think we'd pretty much finished up with Acela.
Oh no,
I know
I had a
Andrea
question
had
I
a
was going to ask
question.
her.
Alright, what's your question?
Because she had mentioned that she had heard about town. I was going to ask her, have you heard anything about a group called the Nine? Sorry, not the Nine, the Seven. So that's who Takana and Diedrich said they were a part of.
So she says, never heard of a group called The Seven. Is there more to them? Can you tell me a little bit about them?
They seem extra planar or potentially just very strong.
Hmm.
There were some names. I have some names somewhere. Tarkana, Diedrich, Shadow Lord. Was that one? Here we go. I wrote them. I think I wrote them down somewhere, but I can't think of it now.
Let's see. She says,
Shadow Lord and the Red Wizard. Those were the names I was thinking of.
Well, those are more like titles, not names, but
Yeah, but sometimes
Says
titles
those
are more well.
sound familiar. What's your interest in them?
Well, the person who attacked Candle seemed linked to them in some way.
Oh, that's right. Candle had been destroyed recently, hadn't it?
Yeah, I remember she actually just sold us some information regarding that. I can't remember what it was though.
She sold you... What was it? She sold you information that you were being hunted.
That's what it was.
It wasn't about Candle.
Nah,
But
yeah.
she says, and you said these individuals were somehow involved in the destruction of the city?
Well, this man that we got the name of Tarkana seemed linked to the group of the Seven, and then we just heard the other names in relation.
She says, wait, Tarkana Reeve?
Yes, that's the one.
Oh. Oh, yes, I know of him. I don't know him personally, but I know he has quite the list of enemies. Supposedly a wizard of pretty impressive power, though I don't know too much about him. just whispers
Oh.
and rumors.
Well, he seems to be pretty good with elementals.
He says he supposedly is fairly old. Someone who existed during the last empire before the Cataclysm. He was cited in several areas of the Therian Empire. Don't suppose you're familiar with your history.
Would I know about this? I do have proficiency in history.
Sure, give me a history check.
Could I make the
Yeah.
check as well?
Anyone can make the check. So, the Therian Empire was the empire of dwarves, a very well-established and magically superior empire that existed on the surface during the last cycle, the 12th cycle. Though, as most empires go, it was destroyed by the Cataclysms when everyone was driven underground. Though the inhabitants of the dwarven areas in the deep, most of them are kind of descendants of those people. I think it's the Darok Empire.
Pretty sure.
Oh, yeah, let me check my
Yeah.
notes.
It's definitely in the name of one of the empires, and I
That
don't
is
think it-
one of them.
That is one of them, yes. Let's see.
Or is Darok the human one?
I think Darok, let's see. Garoth.
It's one of those two.
Garoth is the dwarven one.
Yeah,
Darok
Darok's
is the
the
human. So, yes, she says he's supposedly very old, somewhat some kind of powerful wizard or sorcerer, one of those. She says, I could probably sell you some rumors about him. I don't know how true they are.
You could sell them for sell us some rumors for some truths that we witnessed.
Such as...
Yes, it seems to have a pet phoenix.
I hadn't heard that one. Alright. Well... She thinks for a moment and says, they say he is not actually humanoid, but some sort of elemental being. Even though he has the appearance of a humanoid. Some even say he's some kind of old god. Some kind of primordial force. Again, rumors though. Do you have anything else spicy?
He seems to be in some kind of pact where he can't attack. What's the name of the thing we are? The Zytians.
Says, well, I've never heard that name associated with him, but I do know some rumors about them. In any case, I think I'm getting tired. I might call it a day.
Fair enough.
I assume our business is concluded.
Unless you're wanting Robert to stay around, I think we're all good.
Yes, Robert was going to take me someplace.
And
Where
I'll
was it
pick
you
you
were-
up at 7.
She says, oh. where
Oh,
did
which
you
is
go?"
like half an hour from now.
It's almost that time. Well,
I was thinking about going dancing.
she's dancing. Is there a specific place in the city you wish to dance?
Not in particular. Somewhere
I
fun.
don't think he's ever been to this city.
I haven't.
She chuckles. She says, perhaps I should take you someplace. Being
I don't
that
mind
you're-
being treated like a king.
being that you're new here. Dancing. Usually I save my dancing for the parties that the nobles throw. The 3 houses. Well, I don't know if there's any good place for dancing, but perhaps we could just have a nice dinner together.
That works for me.
And what of the rest of you? Are you going to stay here for the night? I know you're still a bit wanted in the city.
We'll probably just hang out with the Thieves Guild.
Sounds like fun. Oh, and Flick, I believe when we talked about your backstory, this is the city you came from.
Yes.
The one where you were before you went on your adventure. So you
Before I was led on an adventure. Yep.
Yeah. So you kind of know the city a decent amount, using it as kind of a base of operations for a couple of your journeys.
What is there a context as to that I may have missed as to why the group, and by the group I mean them, they are wanted by the city?
Yeah, well, we talked about it a little bit, but the Stevison estate, it's one of the reasons why you were interested in them, because the Stevison estate, apparently they attacked them, or at least that's what the Stevison claim, that they tried to assassinate the head of the house.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, and after that, they put a bounty on them. So, yeah, they have pretty powerful enemies.
I'm pretty sure we talked about this on the way here, like, because I know it came up last
but Flick
session.
wasn't here. Yeah.
Right. No, that's why I'm saying. I think in character you would know that Voli, who is traveling with us, one of the NPCs traveling with us, his sister is the head of the Stevison estate here in Revan's Pass. She asked us to kill him. We declined the job, and then she tried to kill us. And then when we got away, she put it about town that we tried to assassinate her. So we're wanted in the town.
Well, to be fair, she didn't try to kill us. She tried to imprison us until the deed was done.
True.
But we weren't letting that happen either.
Yeah.
I think she claimed we killed a bunch of her guards, even though I think it was just one of our old companions killed one of them.
Well, no, we intentionally did non-lethal damage in that fight, didn't we? We didn't.
Yeah,
kill
but I
anyone.
think Leo killed somebody.
Oh, did he? Maybe after we, like the fight in the field, I think you're right. I think in her dining room. Oh yeah, that's the other thing. When she tried to do this, when she tried to pull this stunt, we were like dining with her. We were her guests.
Why does she look like Gwyneth Paltrow? I want to punch her.
I mean, what better time to lead an ambush on a group of adventurers than they're eating?
I think she tried to poison us, if I remember, and successfully did, a few of us.
Yeah. It's luckily Nasira is immune to poison, but yeah, she basically that's how it started, and then we realized what she was doing. Yeah.
If I remember
Sounds
correctly,
like you guys have a whole bunch of fun.
yeah, if I remember correctly, it was like you and one other person didn't fall.
Yeah, I think it might have been Doodles.
Yeah, because I think he was just invisible in the corner of the room. But yes, anyway, I think we're returning to the Thieves Guild and leaving Robert to his date.
Alright,
Unless
so
Flick wants to do anything.
I guess I'll just pass time then. Is anyone doing anything or want to do anything in the Thieves Guild or in the city this evening?
I'm definitely looking up Atala.
Okay.
I'm hoping that she's
I believe
down
she
in the Thieves Guild. Otherwise,
yeah, she is part of the Thieves Guild.
yeah.
Tala. A member of the Pit Gang. Alright. So she's down there along with some of her other people. She would be very happy to see you, getting off of her, her evening shift. She comes and hangs out with you a bit. I forget, was that like a friendship or more of a romantic thing?
Little of both.
Okay, so kind of potential romantic, like flirty type thing.
I'd take her. I'd buy her dinner or something if she's down.
All right. I guess so. For your date, Robert, I guess you would use probably persuasion. It's the only charisma-based skill I could think of. Maybe
Performance?
Performance, yeah. What skill do you want to use?
Persuasion, because I don't have proficiency in performance.
Alright, give me a persuasion check.
Sure, I'll use my inspiration that I got the end of the last session.
Alright, so you can roll with advantage.
D3.
Nice.
Oops, I forgot to change. There you go.
Alright,
Not
so the date goes better than you were expecting. You two enjoy a lovely chat and some lovely food. Do you want to just kind of end the night like on that, or you want to try to be more like more
Doesn't matter, it's
romantic?
fine. Oh!
What?
Robert would want to dance, even though there's no music, even if it's just like them two.
Does his pirate jig maybe? Sure.
He does the do-si do.
Give me a performance check to do your dance.
Sure. Ooh. Natural 20, baby.
Alright, so you are quite the dancer, and you do get a round of applause for it. And yeah, she is definitely impressed with your dancing skills with a 22.
I roll to seduce the maiden.
Oh, borrowing! Immediately turned to a different woman.
So, yeah. Is that all you
And
want
then
to
just
do?
leave it at that.
Okay.
Yep.
So you go with one of the pit gang members heading back to the hideout in secret later that evening.
Oh, well. Robert's not wanted in the city, so he...
Yeah.
That's true.
You can
I
freely
guess
walk around.
Robert and
Rick and
Flick
Robert
can
can
kind
go,
of travel
yeah.
as they wish. But yeah, all right. Anyone else doing anything?
I would definitely try to. One of the things on my to-do list now that I'm in town is I need to get rid of this chainmail and swap that out for something that's not heavy armor, since it's been very disadvantageous so far to be wearing it, considering my cat-like stealth is negated by clunk clunk clink clink.
Well, you can buy any armor you want at book price if you want to go to the markets, or you can haggle to try to get the price down.
No, I'll just, as long as I'm able to do that and don't have any constraints in moving around, then yeah, that's what I'll do.
I think there was some talk of potentially offering Flick that chess piece we had found as well.
Oh yeah, there is that.
Because Robert, you said you didn't want it, right?
You're talking about the hunter's coat?
Yeah.
No, it's true. It's medium armor. I don't think it has stealth penalties.
No, because it works like leather, even though it's considered medium.
Here, I'll link it again.
By the way, Loot, two things. I'm using the updated character sheet that's got the new rules added in, but I need the token added to that one.
Oh, so wait, did you do like updated rules on a 2014 sheet?
Yeah. Under the resources tab, you have.
Oh, okay. That's Do you have the picture, or do you need the picture?
I need the picture and all that.
I think you can set the picture of the character. If you just go to edit, there's an option to set the picture.
Oh yeah. I just need that.
So Lou, there's no cap on the dex modifier on this?
Doesn't look like it, just 12 plus dex modifier.
Nice. Okay. Yeah, do you want that, Flick? I feel like that'd be good for you.
It would be good, but it's anything that's over light impose disadvantage on stealth.
No, it has to specifically state.
Oh, really? I thought it was just a base attribute that you only
No,
have
because
light
I
armor.
wear medium armor. Because I wear medium armor. The
Not all-
penalty
yeah,
of
not-
medium.
Not all medium imposes disadvantage, only scale and half plate.
The usual penalty
Oh.
of medium armor is that you can't add more than 2 of your decks, but this
Right.
negates that effect.
Okay.
In fact,
Oh, yeah.
In fact, there's light armor that imposes disadvantage. Padded, which is the dumbest armor ever.
Yeah, the worst
Oh, yeah.
armor you can feasibly get.
So you're saying that's what I should go for? Because
If you want it.
just go from worst to worst.
Yeah, and
So-
if you were to at some point find something you like better, then we can always trade this around. But like, I think this would be good for you right now if you want to take it, and plus it gives you that extra damage occasionally.
So
Yeah,
what are you
no.
currently wearing?
I'm currently wearing chainmail, which
Yes.
would when moving to if there's no cap on the decks, then that would be better.
This is
AC-wise for
18
me.
AC. This is an 18 AC if you wear this, with including nothing else, just like as
If
the
you
armor.
you have +4, I assume.
Oh wait, do you have +5 or 4 decks?
I'm plus 5 decks.
Oh,
Okay,
okay,
so it's
yeah.
18. This is
18
effectively an 18.
This is 17.
No, because it's a +1 AC.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's +1.
So it's 12 plus 1 plus dex. Okay, yeah, that makes it 18. You're right.
Okay, no, yeah. If no one's gonna miss it, then yeah, I'll go for it.
Yeah, we've just been carrying it around in our inventory, so I'll take it out now.
If I wear it, I'll have worse AC.
Wait, it is 17 though, because it's AC 11 plus 1 makes it 12 plus 5 is 17.
No, it's AC
No.
12 plus dex plus a 1 for the magical effect of it.
Oh, I guess I'm looking at the item under the 5th edition, and it says it's AC 11, but you gain plus 1 bonus to AC.
Oh, well,
Or-
maybe it's 12 then.
homebrew or something.
No, it's not homebrew. This is an actual item.
Oh, I've never seen this one before.
Okay, maybe that AC there just includes the +1 already then.
It does, yeah. It includes the plus 1.
Okay,
so
so
it's-
it's 17, but I'm assuming
the
that's
0 is right. Haha. That's all that matters. Okay.
That's still a touch better than your chain, and you don't have the disadvantage, and it's lighter.
Yeah. No, I'll definitely throw that on then. And
And
see what we can trade.
the extra D10 necrotic potentially a few every day.
Yeah. Crit fishing.
Yeah, that's what I would save it for, honestly.
I mean, what? No.
I'm just setting up the token.
Huh,
That's
what
a
is
bit-
that from, Hunter Coat?
It's from
It's
Wild
Forest Guide to
uh,
Wild Hunt. Yeah, it's supposed to be leather
Guide to
armor.
Wild Mount.
Oh, so it's crit roll content.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you, Eld, when everyone was talking. What's the
No,
source?
it's from Explorer's Guide to Wild Mount. Critical Role.
I was just curious because I couldn't find it. Yeah. Oh, that's why. If it's Critical Role, I think I have that turned off in my D&D, just because sometimes DMs don't accept it. So, but like I do have the books, so.
I think they like taking the magic items from it, but they don't like the character customization from it because it's really strong.
yeah,
True.
yeah. I just had it turned off on my character sheet so that I didn't accidentally like pick stuff from it, like with spells and stuff. So.
They got the like
There it is, I found
chronorgies and graviturgy stuff.
I know he's used some monsters from the Wild Mount book against us before. Because there was an enemy that used the gravity wells, like, effect against us. They're like horrible sludge monster that came out the water and for some reason had immense gravitational abilities.
Alright. And what was your dark vision again? 60?
I don't think you have dark vision, do you?
Do you have goggles?
Are you talking to me?
Eldwin.
Eldwin.
Okay.
Did his microphone go out again?
I don't know if he's talking out here. I thought he had goggles of night.
Maybe he does, and I'm just forgetting. But I thought he didn't, because he usually has a light source up if I haven't given out dark vision.
Are you there, Eldwin?
Yep.
You don't have dark vision, do you?
I do not.
Alright, so no dark vision. All right, your token should be set up.
Cool.
Yeah, 2024 sheet's working.
No, he's using the old sheet with just
New
2023 stuff on it. Or 2024.
Wizard barely changed anyway, so all he really
Yeah.
had to do was copy and paste the like spell descriptions, and
I'll just say 5.5 because it's 5.5.
it really is.
It is. They don't want to call it that, but
I don't know why they didn't name it
Alright.
something vaguely different.
So make sure you took the hunter's coat flick and go ahead and delete it from the party thing you
I
were
took it
starting
out.
on.
I took it out. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
I think you can pull it from the compendium onto your sheet, and that'll set it up for you.
Oh yeah, I did. I got it all taken up. My AC went up by 1. I don't know why, so I'm at 21 AC now instead of what I was before.
Probably
You have
because
a
the armor's
shield
slightly
on it?
better.
Did you? Yeah. Did
Well,
you have
it's-
a shield,
It's
or-
I do have a shield, so it's
That would put you
12
at
plus
20.
AC is 17,
Oh,
and
Color
then
2
19 because of shield,
okay.
then 20 because of fighting style defense. But now I also have
Okay.
a plus 1 more, but it's doing it automatically, so the sheets should be correct. I just don't know why I'm at 21 versus 20.
Oh, I guess the
Well, you
You have
might.
underscore is.
I mean, the
AC.
sheet could be wrong. You might be at 20. I'd say go with what you think you should be at.
Oh,
Uh,
cloak of protection.
I was gonna
Okay,
say, check
we're
your,
good.
yeah,
Go
check your other items. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. And if you want, what I tell people to do is in your notes, just make like a little list of your bonuses. It's something the sheet should do for you. But like if you go to bio, you could do a list like for AC and for attack are good, just in case you ever need to reference and be like, oh, or if I'm like, why is your AC so high? You can just say, look at my notes. I go,
because
oh.
I want it that high.
Right. That
I
works,
should probably
right?
do that. I'll do that quickly. So if you have a question, why do you have a spell save of 20? You can look and see. Well, these.
Yeah, it's good to have a list of bonuses. They should do that
As I
automatically, but anyway, so if nothing else is happening, let me pass the email for the
One thing I do is like I would grab Onbeam and I'll pull out my bag scroll that we got from the fortress. It's like I'm gonna read this. There's a chance that this curses me like the last one, so I want you nearby. I have a unidentified scroll from session 130.
Alright.
Or not
Go.
130, what is it? 139.
Like, what session are we on?
140.
Oh,
Where did you get that?
Or maybe did I type it in?
Was that
Oh, it
from
might not be
the
Mind Players.
It was from the chapel. In the fortress.
the dragon one or the other one?
The dragon one,
Oh, okay.
I believe.
And this wasn't the formula you got. This was an actual scroll. So I think you got a formula from there as well.
Oh, it wasn't the dragon one. It was the other one. I
Oh, okay.
There's
forgot
the
what it was,
Alhoon's room or whatever.
Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, I thought there was only a formula in that one. Alright, so you read the scroll. And it has a spell, or the spell, Charm Person.
Ooh.
First level.
Actually, now that you've pulled me aside, Eldwin, should we try and get that dagger separated from the seer?
Probably. Like, if you can find a way to convince her to let you cast your little clericy stuff on her.
Well, I was going to offer to cast Legend Law. Actually cast it and then remove curse on her and then try and take it away from her.
I'm assuming you're having this conversation while I'm off on my date.
Yeah.
Well, we're not having it in front of you, definitely.
Alright, well, hang on, I'm still passing time.
Because I would probably want to do this before we went to bed if we're doing this, I guess.
Oh, so it'll cost you all 3 gold pieces each for staying the night in the city. Unless you want to pay more for more, like, fancy stuff.
I'm good.
Can
I get fancy lodgings, or would that be risky considering we're wanted?
It wouldn't be lodgings, it would be more like maybe partying with some people within the, in the pit. Like trying to just enjoy some better drink and food. Lodgings would probably be the same, because you're, hiding.
I would actually, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have Nasira pay. What's the price to get fine wine and good food?
It would probably be about 5 gold.
Okay. And that's what Nasira pays. We're subtracting it from her. And she would, treat, Atala as well. Or is it Atala? I always get the names mixed up. Yeah, Atala. Take her out.
Says,
well, yeah.
It's very kind of you.
Yes, I rather miss good food when we are on the roads.
She says, we shall have a lovely evening of wine and storytelling. She says, I'm sure your stories will be much more interesting than mine.
Perhaps. I meant to tell you also how sorry I am about my abrupt departure last time. I know we had plans, and then we left so suddenly. And I would just kind of tell her about the adventures of when we were saving Scarlet and we had to leave the city close quickly, and then everything that's happened since then.
She kind of laughs and says, it's okay, babe. We're not we're not an item or anything. We're just enjoying each other's company. I mean, people come and go all the time. You don't owe me anything.
Well, I rather missed not keeping our last appointment date, so.
She says, yeah, I will
Glad
say
to be back in
She says, you could have at least told me. That is true. I was kind of miffed that you just didn't show up.
That's why yeah. Well, this is why I explained the circumstances. I was rather incapacitated and the party made decisions for me, but I understand why.
She says, well, it had been so long I forgot about that, but I'm just happy to see you again.
Tell you what, I would refill our wine glasses and toast.
Alright. So, the evening will pass. Go ahead and long rest. It is now the next day. You're all feeling refreshed. I think the food was already... You spent the 1,000, right? Or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, the food's all been loaded onto your, your drill. And yeah, you're pretty much ready to go, unless the group's going to spend some time in the city for downtime stuff. It's the 6th of summer at 8 a.m.
Did we want to do anything in town?
I will recall, Lou, or one thing that I just thought of, because I finally connected the dots, is that I would want to try to track down the person who originally sold me that map that sent me into harm's way.
Okay.
Just to see not like tearing up the town trying to get vengeance or anything, but just to be like, hey, so what gives?
I thought he went with you, like he was part of the group that went, or was it? Did you say it was someone?
It was me and some guide. Yeah, like it was like what it came down to was like he sold me this information of like to go there where I could find stuff, and it ended up being, you know, obviously pretty dangerous with the mind players and everything. And so I went there with some guides, but the guides, once they figured out what was going on, they're like, "Nah, fuck this, we're out." And I'm just like, "Oh, well, I'll just keep going because I'm a cat and I'm an idiot."
All right. I thought, well, my
Curiosity,
memory might
cat,
be.
so and so.
My memory is that you joined a group that ended up getting themselves killed because they weren't skilled enough to be there. But we could go with that as well. We could just say that was the thing, that people who were there left because of the danger. How would you find
Yeah.
this guy? What skill are you using?
I guess what it comes down to is like, I wonder maybe it could be, maybe like, I'm thinking something. Fuck me. Because my first thought is like maybe history. But history. I always attribute the word history as in remembering something when like that's not exactly what you're going for, right? With that skill check, that's
Yeah.
just like general history and knowledge. So I guess it would either be maybe persuasion, just like I'm asking around town, or investigation, even just like probably persuasion, just be like, hey, you guys remember this one beady-eyed dude?
So you're gonna take
was
a
on
couple
this
of
one
hours to ask around and try to track him down.
Exactly, yeah.
All right, give me a persuasion check.
Did we want to check if there's anything we need to buy for those like items, recipes we found and want to make?
All right. So
I do. Like, I do know that I want to ask. Oh, I'm blanking. Stella, if I could borrow use of her library to do some research into the ancient Banshee essence.
all right. So is
Oh,
the
yeah.
group gonna stay in the city for a few days to do downtime
do.
stuff?
We were teaching the girls how to fly the thing. Did we ever finish doing that?
I think we just talked about it. I don't know that we had really gotten
Yeah.
started with it.
I'll
Or at least
do
we
a
never
task
recorded
project for that.
Yeah, I think
But we could do it
Eldwin was
on the-
teaching someone else.
It would be,
Nathira.
yeah, which we would have finished on our way here, I think, right? Because I only needed 2 more days.
I'm not sure if it finished. Then
Okay.
yes, you would have finished. I'm not really looking at the downtime project, but I mean, if you had 2 days left when you started, then yes, you would have finished. It was a 4-day journey here.
Yeah, I had 2 days left before we went to the mine. Like when we went to the last time we had like driven the ship around.
All right, so then
You
you'd
know.
have a basic understanding of operating the ship. All right, so Flick, you spend a couple of hours asking around and find out that the guy actually does a good amount of business in Pit Market, in the black markets of the city. So you could go. You didn't see him when you were down there because you were there with your group. But that might be the place to go look for him. That's where you're
Okay.
hearing that he'd be today.
That's what I'm doing today.
So after the 2 hours, if you want to go search him or search for him, I'd say either you can do more persuasion or you can do investigation or perception.
Yeah, probably perception makes sense. Like now I know where he's at, so now I'm just trying to like pinpoint him or but
Okay. So down in the market, you see there's a bunch of people down there, mostly talking, as the actual trades don't always happen at the market. But you would see the guy who sold you the map. He is speaking with a couple of other people who look like they might be mercenaries or adventurers. As you approach, are you trying to sneak up, or are you just trying to kind of walk up to him?
I would walk up to him.
All right, so he just notices you and gives you a nod as he continues to talk to the mercenaries, and basically concludes his business. Are you trying to listen in, or are you just waiting?
I'm just waiting.
Okay. So yeah, he concludes his business with them and then walks over and he says, "Yes, my friend, you seem like the type who is seeking ancient information or knowledge of old places. An adventurer of some kind."
Do you want to have a name attached that I could say, or just not worry about that aspect?
I mean, you can give him a name if you want. I don't have a name for him. He says, "This is like your backstory stuff."
Yeah, exactly. I would just smile, and I would actually
Just
put my
improv it.
hand out. Yeah, I'll put my hand out, and I'll say, "I'm surprised you don't remember me. You're the one that sold me a map some time ago to a location where there might have been some items of great value to be found."
He kind of strokes his chin and says, "You do look familiar." He says, "Well, I hope my map brought you fortune. As I say to everyone, there's no refunds, so hopefully it brought you what you needed."
Oh, it did actually, and I'll show him the dagger and show him the cloak and say, like, I actually met some really interesting people that have brought me a lot of fun to watch them go about this world and experiencing different things, and I just wanted to come and say that I really appreciate everything you did selling me that map.
Because of course, it's what I do. He says, "I don't have the skills to explore old places myself, but I do enjoy profiting from others' adventures by giving them that little first push in the right direction." He says, "So I'm glad it worked out for you and your friends."
Are there any other pushes you have available?
Oh, more maps. He says, "I have a couple." He says, "Maps as well as secrets, whispers of places of great wealth." He says, "What exactly do you seek? Magic? Fame? Do you seek to help people?"
Fame could be fun. But I think I don't know what's more interesting, a good map or a good rumor. I think I take a good rumor, actually. The map has worked out so far, so maybe Whispers on the Wind can take me somewhere that's a little bit harder to reach, but that much more fulfilling to find.
As well, Jarkova Sesh is always filled with rumors that he hears from many places. Now, as I said, what sort of wind do you wish to follow? Any particular taste in your adventure?
Whatever would be the most exciting.
Excitement. Says, well, let me think.
And we can fade to black there and move to someone else, if you'd like.
Oh, give me a sec. Look at some of my notes.
And did you say Jarkova Sesh
Jarkova
has plenty of rumors?
Jarkova Sesh.
And that was him saying his own name, like, Jarkova Sesh is, and I always have a lot of rumors.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I had to step away for a second. Who the hell are you talking to?
Talking to the person that originally sold me the map that led me to the Mind Flayer stronghold that ended up getting me into bed with you guys.
Oh, maybe later.
He says,
Oh.
remind me, what is it that, what was it that I sold you a map to?
It was a map to some ruins where they were believed to be items of value, and it turned out to be a Gith lair where I ended up meeting other treasure seekers, we'll call them.
He says,
Out of necessity, we banded together.
He says, well, I don't remember anything about Gith. Unless you
That was
speak
a
of the-
surprise.
well, unless you
Or
speak
not
of the
Gith, sorry, Mind
Flayers.
Flayers. Yeah. I think I said Gith. I meant Mind Flayers.
He says, yes, I remember the map now. He says, I'm surprised you did so well against such terrifying creatures. If that is your level of power, then perhaps I do have a rumor that most would run from, but you might be particularly interested in. He says, while not mind flayers, there are rumors of demons within the darkness. He says, ancient portals sealed away in old ruins where treasures await. Though the portals make areas dangerous as demons constantly harry and kill any who enter that area. He says, is this something of interest to you?
What's the price on it?
As well, I've had this one a while, and everyone I've sold it to, I've never heard of or heard from again. He says, so I believe the demons are still there, though because I have sold it before, and it could lead to nothing. Again, no refunds. I would ask for 300 gold pieces for the location.
300 gold pieces for possibly certain death. That seems a little bit steep, don't you think? Especially if it's a rumor that's old. I mean, what's not to say that you haven't heard from anybody because it's already been looted for and they've moved on. Do people usually come back to you if they've successfully found whatever treasure you pointed them towards to either gloat or show off that you're correct?
He smiles and looks directly at you. Sometimes. Give me a persuasion check.
Go to core. Go to persuasion. Brat.
Though you might be right. It could already have been taken. Though I doubt anyone would have known how to seal the demons away. So, I suppose it's possible. This is alright. Well, how about 250 then?
That's a little bit too rich for me right now. While I may have done well with the first rumor you gave me, that manifested in material goods, not so much material wealth.
He says, well,
I think for now. Oh, go ahead.
He says, well, I'll be here all day, and just remember, it's an investment. Obviously, the last thing I sold to you and your group paid off, so if you wish to buy it, just come and see me.
I appreciate the offer, and I'll take you up on that as soon as I can.
Alright. So is anyone else... well, I guess we were going to do downtime stuff, right?
Ooh. Actually, here's a question for you. Sorry if I can just interject one last thing, because I wasn't sure. I don't have a lot of knowledge on it. Do I know if potions of invisibilities are something that are like valuable, or do they not have too much of a tangible value because it's like, I guess, how rare are potions of invisibility?
I mean, they're a rare magical potion. You just have to find someone who will buy it.
Okay. I was quickly like looking up, like, you know, as you were talking, just like like what? How rare is a potion of invisibility? Because I have one on me. So I would attempt to barter by saying, well, I don't have 250 gold, but maybe we can come to a compromise, and I'll pull out the potion. And it's one of the potions we found in there that had the draconic sigils on it, and it was one of the potions of invisibility. And I would say this is one of the things I found in the ruins, and may be useful to someone like yourself who might come across a buyer who may come back displeased with information you gave them, or possibly to someone else who would use it to get to a location that you sold them to begin with.
He says, what does it do?
It's a potion of invisibility.
Ah, interesting. He says, well, certainly could use something of that sort. Alright, how about your potion and say 25 gold pieces?
Deal.
Excellent, he says. Putting down his pack for a moment, he will pull out an ivory tube and pass it to you and say, the information on the place is in there. Just take caution, as demons are not something to be trifled with. And he'll take the potion and 25 gold. So you have a scroll with the location of a demon portal, which could be a side quest later if the group so chooses. Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
Nice.
Bless you, Lube.
Yeah.
Compliments to the chef. Yeah. So that's. I'm done.
Trust
Sorry
me,
for
if I
interrupting
wasn't
whoever.
pushed to talk, if I wasn't pushed to talk, you'd hear a lot of those from me. Lou.
Yeah,
Well.
I don't usually, but I like to do, because if I do push to talk, I'm going to forget and do whole monologues, and people will just be
Oh
saying,
god, yeah.
Talking for 20 minutes, muted.
it's like, why isn't
Just
Lucy
like start over.
Yeah. Alright, so anyone else doing anything? Well, I mean, if you're doing downtime projects, I can just pass the day, and you can put a, day towards it. But if you're doing something like searching the city or doing specific stuff in the city that requires RP, I would have to know about that.
Did
My-
we want to...
Yeah.
Oop. I was going to say, I don't know if Eldwin's down, but I'd get him to try and... I'd probably try and wrangle him to try and deal with the Nasira problem.
Oh, okay. Well,
Because we
yeah,
were
I'll do
talking
that,
about
yeah.
doing that.
yeah, that would probably require some roleplay. So what exactly are we doing for the Nasira problem? It's the next
So-
day.
I think me and Eldwin have discussed it pretty much of what we're going to do. So me and him would go up to Nasira. Nasira! She might not be here. She is muted.
Yeah, so Flick is currently out doing his market stuff. Did Miri step away?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there we go. Hello, Nasira.
Hello.
Well, we've been putting it off for a while, but we were talking about me potentially doing the legend lore spell on your dagger ages ago and never did.
Oh, were we? Is that so?
Oh yes, it might
It looks a
reveal
little-
more about the history.
I would, in my mind, say something to Niffy.
She says, they're always
what do you
trying
think?
to steal me. I don't think you should trust them.
Yeah, she suddenly looks like her face changes while you're like waiting for her response on Veer, and she looks kind of suspicious, and she's like, "I'm good, thank you. I know all I need to know." And she kind of like covers the dagger at her belt with her hand, like kind of protectively.
If you're worried about me taking it, you can keep holding it. I'm not going to I can just need to touch it while I'm doing it.
But there's no need.
You sure? Remember when Eldrin tried to identify it, he got like absolute bupkis from it.
There was that mysterious property that I couldn't identify. Maybe a legend lord might give us a hint on what it was.
Well, you see, I've learned a bit about it while I've been carrying it, and I suspect I will continue to do so. I can be patient.
Alright. Are you saying anything else?
No, sorry, I'm just trying to figure out how certain things work. I don't know what to do.
Nasira seems to think that the conversation is concluded.
Just walks away.
She goes back to whatever she was doing.
That's weird. She was receptacle to you when you identified it.
Like, well, she has had it for longer, so it might be getting worse.
We might need to do some. Might need to do some forced interplay. Don't know how that's gonna go though.
Well, I'm pretty sure she could get away from both of us.
We'll come up with a plan. We'll approach this later.
Alright, so Eldwin, you said you wanted to go use the library?
Yeah.
Are you trying to
probably
start
join you for
a
that.
new project?
Hoping to, do a project on studying the ancient Banshee essence that I got a long time ago.
Alright, so it would take 5 days and cost 50 gold pieces for the library, and you can hire up to 6 assistants to give you a +6 bonus, and they are 50 gold pieces each. So you can spend up to 350 on this project.
How much does each assistant give?
+1 to the roll. It's an
If I-
intelligence roll.
I'm not the best at intelligence, but because I am knowledgeable in undead, could I be one of his assistants?
If you wanted to help him, then you would just get your own roll.
Okay,
Plus,
I wasn't sure.
Yeah. So you would basically be giving him sort of like advantage on the roll. Because you would also get the +6. That would be intelligence.
Okay, so we could hire 6 people and I could help you.
Yeah.
Okay, it might not be the worst thing to do then. I don't have the best intelligence, but as a backup.
Is that what you want to do? Spend your downtime helping him?
I don't mind. I don't really have many downtime things to do. I looked it up in the scroll I was working on.
And we have almost 4,000 gold pieces, so if everyone's
you're
okay with that, I'll
rich.
spend 250 of that.
Yeah, I think that's fine.
It would
did
be
we want-
350.
Oh, 350?
Yeah,
350
300 for the assistants. If you're getting 6, it'd be 300 for the assistants and 50 for the library.
Alright.
Anyone else need a project to work on?
I think Robert's still on without a project.
As a space pirate, I'm not sure what Robert would want to do as a downtime project. You could,
Crime.
oh, you could.
Gamble?
You could gamble,
Crime.
you could do crime, you could go to the fight pits. I mean, you are a marshal.
Did you say that there's a library that we can access?
Yeah, I believe it was
Acella's.
Acella who
Acella.
had
Yeah.
a library that she was willing to, give you access to for 50 gold.
So last time we were in town, I started a project researching in her library. Could I continue that? I only had 1 day towards it. But
Yeah,
it's paid.
if you're all paid up, then she would let you, keep doing
Nice. All right, that's what I'll do then.
it. All right. So how many days
Robert's
do we
gonna
want?
start crime.
Huh?
Robert's gonna start doing crime.
You're gonna do you're gonna do some crime.
He becomes
Yeah.
one to like the rest of
Are
us.
you
The
gonna
one
do
fa-
like petty crime, or are you trying to heist?
I didn't know there was options. Hold on.
Yeah, you can. I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure how good if you're good enough to heist, or if you're more of like a, you know,
Yeah, I don't think I'm good enough
bug
to heist.
people.
highwayman.
Yeah, more of like
Yeah,
a back alley guy.
yeah. I think petty crime. I don't think Robert's good enough to
Yeah, he
heist.
killed
At
Batman
least not right now.
Let me see
Yep.
what the crime stuff is.
And as for how many days we want to stay, how long? Because they would have told us how much food they had. How long can Ember last without food?
They told you that in the next few weeks it would start. It could start to get bad if they weren't able to continually scavenge what they were getting. So you probably have about 2 weeks.
Okay, so if we spend a few
Oh,
days, yeah, if we spend 5 days here, which is how much it would take for you, then that's 5 days, the 3 days of travel, and the other 3 days of travel. So it's 11 days total since we
Right.
left.
All right. So
I think, where are you getting
crime-
3 days twice?
Oh, by the time we get back, it will be 11 days. Is what I meant.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
I get you
So you have to spend for the crime project. You have to spend 25 gold pieces. And
That is so funny.
make some.
You're making
checks.
contacts and everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then at that point, you kind of choose basically like how dangerous you want to get, which sets the DC of your checks. So here, I'll put some of the stuff in chat just so you can read it.
I think we've done this once before as a random encounter, like 100 sessions ago.
Has no one actually actively done crime?
No, we haven't had that many like thiefy roguey people.
Alright, so...
Okay, 25 GP, 1 day, I guess, out of 5. A research character must spend 1 week and only 25 GP. Character must make a series of check for CCs. Okay, that's not terrible.
You know, the weird thing is, Onvia wouldn't be terrible at crime because he has a +6 to stealth and has amazing perception.
There you go. Alright, so...
Yeah, Robert's not terrible at criming.
So you said you're spending the 25, and what difficulty of crime are you looking for? Something more challenging? What DC do you want?
Probably DC 15.
15? Okay. So go ahead and start that project. Now I'm just going to try to pass some days. How many until you finish, Nasira?
4.
4? Alright, so I'll start with 4 days. Which will eat some gold from your camp. Okay. And each of you pay 12 gold pieces. 3 gold a day for your accommodations.
Robert's out of money. Anyone want to spot Robert? He only has 9 gold on him.
Ruh-roh.
Yeah. Let's give him some pocket money from the treasury, guys.
Alright, how much you
I
giving him?
wouldn't. How much is in there again? Like 4 grand.
Jesus Christ, guys.
Around 3 now.
Do we want to give him like 300? I feel like that should cover at least like any.
Yeah. Both the
Little things.
new people probably need some pocket money.
Right. Thanks, guys. I'm gonna put 297 so I can pay for the.
Did we
day
want
I
to
was
give
missing.
Flick 3? We should probably give Flick 300 as well.
Yeah.
Alright,
How much
so
money do you guys have?
I would.
Thank you. Appreciate you
Alright,
guys.
so I
Love
guess
you.
So you
Nasira
guys are
has a
each
lot.
paid 300. We'll say for your assistance in the last, dungeon. So go ahead and add 300 each.
Edwin, how much money are you carrying? Because I'm not gonna lie, I'm only carrying 33 gold.
I'm only carrying
Nasira
76.
Oh my word.
Okay, so maybe both of us should get 300 as well.
You pay
How in
yourselves.
the world does Nasira have the... Did Nasira keep a pot that I forgot about or something?
How
'Cause
much money
she's carrying gold and platinum quite a bit.
above table? Like, we don't know. How much are you currently carrying?
Nasira has like platinum teeth. She's like got a bunch of gold chains on her.
She's got a grill.
Nasira is carrying
She got a bunch
94
of-
platinum pieces and
Yeah,
1,500
exactly.
gold.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I do
How
not
does
remember-
someone physically carry that much money?
Good lord.
Oh, she's actually...
Nasira's like she's like
She's a pimp.
She's a rapper, yeah.
Yeah. So,
She just has a
No,
bunch of
I mean, I knew
jewelry
that
and
I
chains.
had... I was thinking I had like 800 or something. Like, I remember like us splitting a pot at one point and her getting a bunch, but I didn't... She must
Well,
not have spent anything before.
I mean, to be
yeah.
fair, monks don't need a lot of gear, whereas like wizards are scribing scrolls.
True.
I'll say I go through
Yeah.
money like no one's business.
Yeah. All right, so
Yeah, like...
who's is someone taking the 1,200 out of the bag to give you each 300?
I'll do it.
Oh. I already took
Yeah.
300
got it?
out, so just do.
So I guess just make sure you take your 300 out of the party treasury, which I assume you all have access to at this point.
I don't know how much money there was before, so not it.
So, Eldwin, you
Uh,
said you took how much?
I've taken 300.
For your
uh,
project, right?
I've
just in
taken yeah,
general, pocket money.
I've taken 300 for myself, and then the 350 from the project. Yep, within theirs is correct. If no one else has taken anything.
So then
So
we want to
900.
do 900 more, is that correct?
Yeah, Robert and Flick, you haven't touched it yet?
I have
So
not
it should
touched it.
be... So it should be
I
down
don't
to
know where it's
25,
at.
25.30, I think, guys.
Yeah, so 900 less than whatever it was.
So if you go to the main chat in the Discord and click on the pin,
Or,
there's
no, yeah,
a
more than-
link to the Google Doc for the party sheet, which has basically all the treasury and everything. And that's where you
Sorry.
can find gold and basically you can see all the stuff the party has.
Which I am terrified to ever touch because of the amount of things I've accidentally deleted.
Yeah, I have a fear of that too.
You
Holy
don't
crap,
have
there's so
to.
much thing in here.
Yeah, you don't have to touch it, but it'd be good if you're part of the sheet so you can see it. I mean, if you want to still
Yeah.
ask other people to minus the gold, that's fine. All right, so now you can all afford to
I-
pay your 12 gold.
I just set it to 27.30 because that's another 900 from where Eldwin had left it. So.
Okay. So the 4 days pass. You all get 4 days worth of progress on your projects. Nasira, you'd finish yours. So what was the one you finished?
So I was researching the recipe for a storm boomerang, and this is actually the second time I've done this research. I did a week way back when
Oh, you're
Nathaniel
gathering
was
lore.
with. Yeah, back when was it Nathaniel, the bard, was with us in
Yeah.
Okay.
in Candleholm. She had done a project, but she rolled low, so she only got one piece of lore, and you said she needed two. So this is a second week where I'm trying to get that second piece of lore.
All right, give me an intelligence check.
All right. And I'm going to use my I'm going to use an inspiration.
So you can't use inspiration on the downtime
I
stuff.
can't. Okay. All right. Here goes.
Now, did you hire anyone
Just
to
straight
help you?
intelligence. I don't know. I just wrote paid. I think I would have
Okay.
recorded it if I had hired anyone else. So.
Yeah, so then it would just be straight intelligence.
All right. That sucks.
Oh, you gotta pay someone else to do it.
I'm never going to
Alright.
figure out the stupid boomerang.
It's like that 9 platinum
Reading the
behind
books
some
upside
distance.
down. Let's see, you get anything with an 8? Oh, you do. You get one piece of lore.
Which
Okay,
means you
so
can
I
read
have
it.
So
lore
that
now.
means
Is that
you-
enough?
Yes, so with the 2 pieces of lore, you figure out what you were missing, and you can now create your storm boomerang.
All
Well,
right.
Assuming
And
you, get what you
Right.
need for it.
So that's the next thing I want to know. And if you want to figure that out between sessions, that's fine. But I do want to know what she needs for that.
It shouldn't be too hard to figure out. It'd be based on rarity. Let me see.
I think
It's rare.
Rare, yeah.
So the storm boomerang.
Do we still have some storm cloud essence?
I don't actually
yeah.
see
Oh, it's uncommon.
the boomerang. Is
It's
it called
from Princes.
Storm?
It's from Princes of the
Yes,
Apocalypse.
storm boomerang.
Try
I
Storm.
linked it. I linked it if that helps. Oh, it's uncommon. I thought it was rare.
Yeah, it's rare. It makes sense because it's only a once a day feature.
That's true, yeah. And it's not any extra damage, like on every attack, just that one thing.
Well, hopefully we don't need to hunt down a griffin.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm not getting... Is it one word, storm boomerang, or 2 words?
Storm
two
space boomerang.
Oh, I don't see that. It's weird. Wonder if I don't own that book.
I put it in chat if that helps.
Storm boomerang. Alright, well... so if it's uncommon... Let me read it. Oh, okay. That's weird. So you have to recharge it in an elemental node.
Well, back when I was building Nasira, I had asked you about this, and you said we'd figure out something that made more sense for your campaign, but...
Maybe just like once a day or something.
Yeah, I think, Oh, you know what?
Or short rest.
Maybe, you get your key points back on a short rest?
Yes.
Okay. Well, maybe we can bump it up to rare, and you can recharge it with a key point.
Okay, and how many times per day can I recharge
That'd be
it? Just
good.
You would just, you could do it basically
many
like
times as I wanna
once,
spend
yeah,
the
like
key?
once per turn, you can recharge it with a key point
Okay,
if you want.
alright, if I want to spend the key, I can recharge it. That's pretty cool. I'll take it.
That'd
And
be
like I
that
said-
is definitely
Yeah.
worth a rarity bump.
Yeah, it definitely gives me like a nice ranged option because Nasira hasn't had a whole lot in that regard.
Yeah, so you could do it once per turn, give it back its charge, but you'd have to spend a key point. And yeah, it would be a rare instead of an uncommon. So
Okay.
you just
Cool.
have to change the text a little.
Alright, now I just gotta get someone to make it.
Yeah, so as a rare, let's see. It's a rare item. It would, so you need the essence of a creature CR 9 or higher, and it would take 50 downtime days, so 5 or 10 weeks.
And I'm able to like just go back and work on it anytime I can. It's not got to be like in a row or anything.
Yes, it would have to be made in a lab of some kind. So you couldn't work on it on the road. It would have to be
Okay.
made in the magic lab. And it would be 2,000 GP or components to create. So you would have to have like a set location where you're working on it.
All right, or I
Or-
hire someone and leave them to it for 50 days.
Yeah, although that would be a little harder and it would probably be much more expensive.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Unless you like had someone in your, crew that did that. All right, but yeah, that's the
And we
basic
don't.
info.
And we do not have a lab in the ship, right?
I don't think so. I mean, you could probably. I don't think you could travel you probably couldn't be bumping around. Like, you need a still, like, you know, non-chaotic place to do this.
Well, what about when the ship is parked? If I could I set up a small lab in there and work on it, like, when the ship isn't actually moving?
Yeah, you could build a magic lab. That also would take some time and money, but yeah.
All right, I'm just considering options. Sorry, guys, I didn't want to take a bunch of time on that. We can continue.
Yeah, that's completely
I'll have
fine.
to think about it.
All right.
It is unacceptable. No, just kidding.
How much essence
Yeah.
would we need?
Well,
to
Robert's
do
busy, like, beating people up in alleys right now. He probably mugged Nasira at one point. She's like walking around with 95 platinum. Like,
I'd
oh,
like to
sorry,
make a
Nasira.
roll against that if that's going to be attempted.
that?
Hey,
How-
Mark.
How much CR9 essence would she need?
I rolled a crime. He said, 2,000.
Well, you
gold,
need 2,000 components worth.
Oh, okay.
I believe you would need, let's see. That would be it's 10%, that's 200. No, that can't
So
be
it's-
right. Hang on. I believe it's for rare 100 Maho of essence.
CR9 or higher. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that probably won't be the hardest part of this. The 50 days is the hard part. Well, the 2,000 is steep too, but I don't know. All right, I'll think about it.
There also there is the Soul Crafter feat. You could, if you had that, but because no one's taken that yet, because that can substantially
I haven't
reduce
even read about
crafting
it yet.
times. Yeah,
If I
you're
had a
interested in
character it made
crafting.
sense with.
Yeah, I encourage you to check it out in the in those like experimental rules. I made a feat for that makes crafting a lot easier. But anyway, let's pass that last day. So another 3 gold pieces. Pay your camp.
And I've been doing the 5 gold pieces because she likes the
Sure.
finer things, and we're in a city that has finer things.
Yeah.
I
you could
also,
be-
I think she might have borrowed the pirate hat of disguise from the party inventory and gone out and about around town in disguise with my girlfriend and had some fun.
Sure.
I mean, the party inventory on my waist. Good luck trying to sneak by my eye.
How would you get it from Anvir?
Oh, that's right. You said you've got it in your inventory, so let me remove it from mine. At one time, she was carrying it. So yeah, I would ask Anvir if I can borrow the hat then,
Sure.
and I would go on some dates using the hat of disguise.
Now you legitimately borrowed it.
Alright, so that 5th day would pass. Like I said, make sure you spend the 3 gold. And now I think all of you completed something. So, Anvir and Eldwin, I'll start with you. Give me intelligence checks with a +6 bonus. And I'll take the higher. As your researching comes to a close. Let's see what you found out. Oh, that's pretty good. So is it +6 to the 23?
Yeah, add 6 to that, so
29?
29.
Alright, well, I don't think Anvir is going to beat that.
Can't roll that high. So +6, yeah, so 20.
Alright, so...
More than I ever hoped for.
So what did I say it was? 29? That will get you 3 pieces of lore.
Nice.
So you discover quite a bit about the Banshee essence. It seems to be able to basically kind of change the nature of how a magic can work, or a magical item to an extent. So you can use it to kind of like improve your spells or one of your magical items in some way.
Alright. So I'm just writing this down that I have this knowledge.
There also is a unique item that you can craft from it, but you need more lore to find out about that. Oops. Okay, who's next? Draw my dice. Robert doing crime?
Yeah, just mugging people in the alleys.
Just
Flick,
mugging
you weren't
people.
doing anything?
Okay, let me roll for your crime. So, first off, I need a dexterity stealth check. You said the DC was 15. Alright, so that is a pass. Dexterity... You have Thieves' Tools?
Yes.
Okay, so then a Thieves' Tools dexterity check. Okay, that's 2 passes. And you can make an Intelligence, Investigation, Wisdom, Perception, or Charisma Deception check.
Like a deception. Ooh.
Okay, so that is not a pass, unfortunately. So you got 2 successes.
Really did try to rob Nasira.
Punched you in the face.
Oh shit, I didn't know that was you.
Because I was in disguise, so you didn't recognize me.
Exactly.
I gave her the hat.
You know, whatever the serious disguise as, like, oh, there was this one dude that looked like so and so.
Have disguise attunement or no?
Yeah, I believe so. It is.
Yeah, that's why I did it like for that last day of after we'd been in town for a bit. I unattuned from my Dagger of Blind Sight.
Alright, so you managed to rob a couple of fairly well-off people, staging a kind of like a smash and grab from like a group that's coming through town with some of the pit market guys. You managed to make 70 gold pieces from that,
That's not bad.
as well as stealing some kind of heirloom. Do you have knowledge history?
Nope.
So it seems like it is some kind of looks like a pocket watch.
Remember 10-3.
Unfortunately, you are now wanted within the city.
Oh no! So they saw him?
So someone
Because of his
did
deception.
someone did see your face. So there's a bounty out on you.
Welcome to the team.
Yay!
Yeah, so not as wanted as the group, but yeah,
What's the bounty?
200 gold pieces.
Yeah, right. Wow.
Let's turn him in and then spring him.
Right. Let's go. Easy money, King.
Easy money.
So now Flick is the only one that's not wanted. Eldwin, maybe you should take some time to
Yeah.
spread that scroll of seeming into your spell book, because I think we're going to be
Oh.
needing that.
Did you? What was your project, Flick?
I did not have anything in mind, honestly, and so I just gathered my information and then just kind of I was there in the background.
Did you want to do anything like try to sell a magical item, or try to buy a magical item, or like fight in the pits, or anything?
Be my
Wow.
partner in crime.
There was nothing that like came to mind urgently to do. So like if anything, I'm just like meandering, just like go to Elcilla's, see what they're working on, get kicked out, go and stalk Nasira while she's on her dates, and then she's like, fuck off. I'm like, all right, cool. And then if anything, I'm probably the one that got Robert noticed, because I'm just like there watching him crime, and they're like, what is he looking at? Oh, that guy's criming over there.
Yeah.
If
like,
you show
ran-
up where I'm
had
having
the
my
mask
dates,
on, you
then-
just ran right up to him. Robert, what's going on? What did this guy do to you? Hey, Robert.
That
Like,
line.
pocket watch.
Robert, why are you taking that guy's watch? Why are you... Robert.
Robert, why
It's like,
are you
shut
trying
up.
to put your hand over my mouth? Robert!
Alright, so Flick now is the only one who's not wanted in the city, and also apparently the party is a little annoyed with him. Alright, fair
Do you
enough.
want to try? Does one of us want to try selling the golden
War
Yanti
crime?
idol to the
Oh yeah,
The
let's
pick-
have
yeah.
the like the Thieves Guild contacts try and sell that stuff, right? The stuff that Atalia wasn't interested in.
Oh, well, that...
Shopping,
Do you want
selling.
Flick to work on that?
Well, is it a magical? It's not really a magical item. I don't know how that would work.
No, but
just
it's
a
all-
really-
It's just
It is something that isn't... It would require some work to find a buyer.
it's just the Oh wait, did we get rid of them all? Maybe she bought them because I don't see anything.
Oh, are you talking
yeah.
about the
Yeah.
weapons?
No, the statues.
Oh,
yeah, where
no.
are the statues? Because I don't see them in the inventory. Maybe she bought them last week.
No, they're in there.
Auntie Idol, I see right here.
they're highlighted yellow.
Yeah, they're all in yellow.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I moved stuff to the top. I was like looking down. Okay, that's why. Yeah, so I guess, yeah, if someone wants to try and, like, if we can have someone at the Thieves Guild try and get us a good price on that stuff, maybe.
So,
At
yeah,
the
I
very
mean,
least,
if you want, you
the
can
Yanti.
you can hire a Thieves Guild guy to do that. He'll just take a cut of the profit if you're not doing it yourself.
Why do you guys have 60 pounds of weed?
Weed? What?
Don't try
Because we
selling that
had-
here.
We
We
got it
had,
from a giant.
We had a little halfling bard that was
No,
very
no, no,
fond
no,
of
no.
this stuff. Wasn't
No,
it?
no. That's the shit we got from the giant.
Oh, I thought it was
Yeah,
the stuff we
the-
got in that room where we found Nasira's fortified
Nah,
vest.
they took that back.
Okay.
That or Doodle absconded with it.
Yeah,
Alright.
I think
Why
that
not
was
Yeah,
sell
I'm-
the weed then?
Is everyone fine with us paying like a contact to get us whatever we can for this, and that'll add a little bit of gold in our pockets?
Well, if
Fine.
Flick's confident in his talking skills, he could do it.
I can. I mean, this is all very much new to me, but I can definitely
You wanna try?
do my best. Yeah, why not?
Well,
Have it.
Flick does know where the black market is now, so he could
Exactly.
go talk to some people. All right, so if you are attempting to sell that stuff, what
Would it
Yeah.
Would it be too much now that this is like a task that I've undertaken? Like maybe thinking that we had talked about this beforehand. Would it be too much for me to see if my boy Jarkova would have any leads to have thrown in there when I traded for the info he gave me, the rumors?
leads on what, like where to sell the stuff?
Yeah, where they get like maybe the best prices and stuff like that, just to give me an edge.
So there is a thing you can do in a city called carousing, which makes you contacts which you can call in for favors. I'll say that since you did give him a pretty good item, he will do you a favor and give you a +1 on one of your rolls. Basically
Nice.
giving
Okay.
you like a lead. So you can
All right.
use it basically like after you roll, you can say I want to use my +1 here. But yeah, if you ever want to do carousing, that's the way to make contacts in the city that can improve your like some of your checks, like for downtime or for other stuff.
Okay,
Okay.
I like it.
So anyway.
Question, guys: do we want to sell the purple worm poison, or do we want to hang on to it? It's only one use, so I feel like it might be worth just selling because it's so valuable.
It is a hefty hit, though.
Alright, well let me, because that might be a separate thing. I'll start with the selling of these idols. I guess give me, I don't know, what do you think you'd use? Percept or persuasion? I would-
Go ahead.
Yeah, I would guess persuasion because you'd have to talk to a bunch of people.
Exactly right.
So I'll say it's going to cost you 20 gold pieces as well to kind of gather some information.
Okay.
And give me a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Brat.
Okay, and you want to
And
use your
then-
+1?
Yeah.
Okay. So... just look at something. So you find someone... Wait, are you selling the boule eggs? Oh no, just the items.
No, we sold those. I'm pretty sure to
Oh,
Did we?
Estella.
Stella.
Oh,
Okay.
did you? I thought...
No, she's looking for a buyer.
Oh, okay.
I think she offered. I don't know if you actually asked her to. But anyway,
Oh wait, no, I think we ended early. 'Cause we were
yeah, I
running
don't.
late.
I don't think that was resolved. So I don't think anything is happening with
Okay.
Acela and those.
We were selling the Yuan-Ti statue, but I guess if we have the eggs, maybe we should try and sell those.
Well,
How about,
so
yeah, how about the
let's,
statues and the holy symbols? Yeah, the amulet, the holy symbol, and the two statues, and the bracelets. I guess those would all kind of possibly go to a
Yeah.
similar contact. You know?
yeah, I was gonna say. So you find a buyer who is interested in getting the Auntie stuff. They are willing to pay you 70% of their value.
Which would be what? Let's see.
You know,
It's not
just
bad.
times everything by point, well, whatever by 0.7. That'll tell you how much you'd get. Do you want to take that?
I mean, are we trying to make them quick cash or?
I mean, it's hard to get 100% for something. You have to roll really well. So 70% isn't a bad
I
amount.
think that's fine. I'm fine with that.
What are we ever going to use them for?
That's
by the way?
1,400 gold, right? 70% of 2,000.
Well, if he's buying all the Yuan-Ti stuff, it's more than that.
Oh, okay. Then it would be,
Math. A number.
yeah. This one is. Oh, this is only worth. Oh, we don't have a value for the non-magical snake bracelets. Or yeah, this one would be 140. This one would be 140. The amulet would be 70. We don't have a value for the snake bracelets. These are similar to the ones that Nasira is using, but these weren't attuned to her by the
I'll say 50 gold
the-
for those.
each or.
Total.
Okay, so then that's what 35, I think. So then for those items, we're at 1855. Everyone good with that?
That's
Yep.
solid.
All right, go ahead and delete
So
them and add
if
them.
you're carrying 1855 gold, it's up to you whether you bring it back to us.
And Robert mugs
Just
you.
let.
Look, I rubbed
Suddenly-
some
suddenly
stupid cat on the
flop screen.
street.
It's like a
I just want to
little
make sure
billy
that
club.
if you put it in your inventory, that's fine. But if you don't, just let us know so we put it in the party inventory.
No, it will go in the party inventory.
Okay,
Don't
all
worry.
right.
So he is bringing it back
Just
to you.
comes, Flick just
Yeah.
comes back. You're not going to believe it. I got mugged for all the shit. I got no
I can't
money.
believe it. Someone gave me all this catnip, just loads of it.
Yeah, it was a good price too. I only paid like 1,800 for it.
You ever seen like a wild cat on catnip, like a lion or something? It's great.
All right, so I think that concludes the week of downtime. It is the 11th, or actually it would be the 12th because you had to finish out that day.
Which means the blessing of Forkan's gone.
Yeah. Yeah, so it's the
Yeah.
12th of summer at 8 a.m. What does the group want to do?
Like, I'm going to show the guys, hey guys, look what I mugged off some sucker. Show them the pocket watch. Yeah.
If he's
Uh,
showing it to us, can
yeah,
history.
so
please?
I'd say history or arcana, or if you were an artificer, which I don't think you have one, you might know something. Alright, so
Yeah,
you
it's
know
funny.
that it's a pretty rare timekeeping piece. And you do think it's like old tech, something from a like lost empire. Like it's not something that really exists as much anymore. So you would put it at probably about 500 GP value.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Looks worthless to me. I'll hold on to it. No, Onvir is an honest fellow. Onvir is honest. He would tell you exactly. Or I guess Eldwin. He rolled higher.
Alright, so yeah, what do you want to do?
Hi guys.
Oh,
Back
was
to Ember?
was Robert spending any time seeing Acela at all during the week? I'm assuming that
yes. Yeah.
Nasira was hanging out with her, her friend.
Before
Yep.
or after you get wanted?
Yeah, well, even being wanted, you have people to help you move through the city.
I know, I'm just being a douche.
Both.
Yeah, so let's see. I guess Robert, give me a persuasion, and Nasira as well.
Okay. Can I use a inspiration on this one, or is it over the course of a week?
Yeah, it's not downtime, so you can use an inspiration on this.
Okay. I will subtract an inspiration and use that. Nice.
All right.
Didn't need it.
So, I'll say that both of you kind of graduate to romantic relationships with your SOs.
1 hour night.
Yeah.
So yeah, there's it becomes a little bit more serious. Not like you're getting married or anything, but yeah,
Not yet.
definitely falling
It sounds
for you
like-
more.
It sounds like Acela is a bit easier. It only took him a week, and I've been at it with Atala for like a lot more time.
Well, when you got the charm and the lux, just
Okay.
Exactly.
Do you want to I don't think Acela would join, but did you want to ask Atala if she wants to join us this year?
Yeah, I probably would. In fact, I did say something to her about that when we were in town before, but then we left abruptly. So,
Like
and she
what,
had not
join
like,
you
made
on
a
like your
decision.
ship and join your camp.
Yeah. I've told her all about our adventures and stuff. So I try to like
So
dangle the possibility of treasure and adventure.
Not like a fighter with us, but like just as somebody around.
Yeah.
she would say, "Man, I would love to. My one concern, not that I love my job or anything, but you know that I am a vampire, and I serve the Abra estate. It might make it dangerous for you if I, leave my master and go with you."
Oh, he wouldn't let you go. I thought you were at had.
He says, "Well, I'm not bound in that way, but I am working for them. So they might get upset if I just left the city. And I think if I asked to leave, they would probably say no."
Speaking of that,
She says, "But if you don't mind the danger, I might be willing to go with you." She smiles.
well,
But-
perhaps we could ask. Lord Abra was rather keen to ally with us when we were here before. Perhaps he would appreciate a visit and an update, and would even strike a deal that he sends you as his operative. Or something.
left on the most amenable terms.
We were I think we kind of said we would work with him, but then we disappeared. So yeah. I don't know about that.
Yeah, so...
We could go explain ourselves. I don't know.
Yeah, you're not sure if Lord Abra knows you're in town. You'd guess he does, just because he has people all over the place.
Right.
So far, he hasn't attacked you, so...
Maybe we should go see him, guys. What do you think? We know the routes under the tunnels and stuff.
I'd much
if I
rather
go
not
see
go.
him, you mean case the place? I'm all for it.
Oh,
just
trust
so
me,
you know,
we don't want to rob that place.
Robert, this is a house full of very powerful vampires.
It's one of the 3 houses of the city.
I like the challenge. I don't like those odds. What?
I mean, it is a heist target, but you'd want to make sure you really had your shit together if you were going to heist the Opera Estate. I don't know if that's a job for you.
We are already
30 all the way.
we're already The Stavitans are already against us. The Abras are sort of allied with us, but we haven't actually done anything to benefit him yet, so I don't know how he feels about us. And the
we wiped out
Kavaro,
that
I don't
camp
think we've
for
had
him.
contact with, yeah.
Nah, Robert's not.
No, we wiped out that camp of vampires for him.
That's true. Oh, that's right. So we did do one job for him, even if we did disappear thereafter. See, here's the thing is Miriam was absent the session where you guys left Revan's Pass. So so I'm kind of like in my head. In my head, King and Nasira was incapacitated or something, and you guys
why don't we do a break and you guys can talk about it?
Yeah.
Yay.
So we'll do it. Yeah, that's break and be back in a bit. Let me know what you want to do.
Let's go harvest some of those cabbages. Looks like a nice cabbage crop.
Want to get that fucking dagger away from you?
Well, and I mean, I decided to base her response to you about the legend lore on what the dagger said back to me. And since Lou had it tell me like that you were trying to get her from me, I immediately became suspicious.
Well, like, here's the thing. If I could have cast Remove Curse, I don't know what would have happened. You might have just immediately tried to attune to you again.
Yeah, I was actually thinking the same thing. But you can't attune immediately. You have to attune over the course of an hour.
To you.
Oh.
Remember when you first got that dagger, it forcefully immediately attuned to you.
That's right. That's part of the curse, maybe. Okay, yeah. So then I don't know. I've kind of half been expecting you to try that, but I did forget about the immediate attunement thing.
Well, here's the problem with Remove Curse. I have to physically touch it.
Oh, I thought you had to touch me because I'm the one that's cursed.
No. It says if the
item?
if the object is a cursed item, it removes the attunement.
Oh, okay.
So
For some reason, I thought you were casting it on me so that I'm no longer cursed and like connected to that item. But I didn't realize it was. Does it remove the curse from the item, or just removes its connection to me? The curse still exists on the item.
Yeah, I just linked it.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. All curses affecting one creature or object. So you could touch me and end.
Read the second bit. Read the second bit.
If the object, but what if it's not an object? If you decide to affect one creature, then I don't think the second line applies.
I don't know how it works, because here's the thing. It states if the object is a cursed magic
The
item.
spell breaks the owner's attunement to the object, so it can be removed or discarded, unless it can re-attune immediately.
Here's the thing. I don't think you're cursed. The item is cursed, and that just prevents you from doing it. I don't know how that works.
Interesting, yeah.
This might be a Lou question.
It sounds like you can definitely cast it on the item, and that will break the attunement. Whether or not it can reattune to me immediately is another question. But I'm reading this that you could also cast it on me to break my cursed attachment to this item. You know what I mean? But again, if it can attune immediately, then I don't know.
Here's the thing.
I think
it would break the curse that makes you infatuated with it, not whatever.
Right. At least momentarily, yeah.
Yeah, but it would probably come straight back because you're still attuned to it. Because I'm assuming the curse is probably any creature attuned to this, which would probably mean it comes straight back.
We don't really know the details of the curse though, because we haven't let you.
It's weird. It's
weird. Interesting.
I've had this spell and both of these spells prepared for so many days in preparation of being able to cast this on you, but we've never had the spell slots after.
Oh yeah, I figured. Yeah, we've had a lot going on.
I should have tried to do it in the ship.
And to be honest, the dagger has helped Nasira once or twice when she was mesmerized by those mind flayers.
It was twice.
Twice, yeah. You're right. It was only twice, but still. So far, the dagger hasn't done anything but be helpful.
It would be cool if I could make it. Like, even if we don't break your attunement to it, it would be actually pretty cool to figure out what we can about it.
It's funny because I have two characters who are carrying around weapons that they don't generally use because they are infatuated with them in loose games. My druid has a quarterstaff that she's now infatuated with.
I have returned.
Druids can use quarterstaffs. It's depending on how you build them.
Yeah, but she's she does not, that particular druid, her build, she doesn't have Shillelagh, and she's got negative strength, so she doesn't attack at melee.
Fair, that's the same with my little quarterstaff I have. That's why I have Warcaster. And yes, hi brother. I did hear you say you're back. We were just in the heat of it. I am keen to start using 1D&D stuff.
I'm gonna have to next week, I think.
Oh, he's doing what do you mean?
I can no longer use this Robert, remember? To the sharpshooter and crossfire and everything.
Yeah.
Are you doing just like a modified version, still using the normal rules, or are you going straight to 2024 rules?
2024 rules, probably.
Okay.
I need to figure
Well, at least you'll get the weapon properties.
I need to figure out if I want to stick with fighter or range or whatever. I think I have to do a whole respec.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
think it's-
imagine. Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think it's gonna be end up better if you end up as a more up close fighter. You can still be Dexy, but I think up close is going to be the way to go with the new rules.
I don't even know where to look at these rules.
Do you have a 1D&D account? Sorry, a D&D Beyond account?
Only the free one. I don't like D&D Beyond.
Well, if you there is a free version of the rules that at least shows like I don't know if it's every class, but I'm pretty sure fighter is one of them. So you can at least look at the base level fighter.
I'll need to figure out how to input everything manually, I guess.
I think it's just going to be an issue of a lot of copy pasting from places.
Pain. I don't want to.
Shouldn't be the worst thing of it. It'll probably just be more like looking up features and dragging it on your sheet, but I don't know. I still need to do that at some point. I might do that at some point today.
The only problem, you have to manually type it because...
Well, I guess you could copy-paste it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, I wasn't sure if you could just click drag it, but yeah, if it's manually typing, won't be the worst thing. As long as you could have the reference shit there, you can just copy-paste. I might start looking into doing that after this game. But what are we doing? That was the end of our downtime. Head back to Ember now, I guess, right?
Yeah, I think we need to get that food back and consider going after Califar. Do we want to stop by the Abra estate, or we just want to...
I think that may be tempting, Faye.
You think it'll get us embroiled in something?
You guys are wanted, right?
Yeah, the
Well-
Abra estate didn't really care about that, though, because they're vampires, and...
They knew full well that we were innocent. Like, basically, when they met us, they actually used the fact that we were wanted as a, like, incentive to, like, ally with them. Because we needed help, you know? Yeah.
You mean blackmail?
Yeah, so basically the head of the Abra estate is a big bad vampire. Most of the vampires in the town are his spawn, including my girlfriend. It was against her will. So he's not exactly a good guy. And he basically wanted us to work for him, and we kind of didn't say no. And we did a job for him, but I think he wanted more from us, and I think we dashed before he got a chance. So he may or may not be still looking to get us under his thumb, or mad at us, or I'm not sure.
Ooh.
Also, the bard that was rolling with us might have seduced his daughter.
What's with everyone in vampires?
Say what?
What's with everyone in vampires? I thought we were playing D&D, not Twilight.
I remember I saw this like comedy skit of like that scene in Twilight where he's like revealing he's a vampire, yada yada yada.
The
And it's
sparkle
like,
scene?
yeah, kind of. Not exactly the sparkle scene, but like the scene where they're in the forest. Not the sparkle scene exactly, but like
The skin to
the
killer Bella.
yeah, like where he's like standing behind her and that kind of shit. I haven't actually watched much.
Oh,
of it.
yeah,
I think
I
I
know
watched
what
the
you're talking
first one a little bit, and then I was like, why the fuck did I do this to myself?
Yeah, you're committed. You gotta watch all of them now.
For the
God,
record,
no.
I'm Team Charlie.
But it was a parody of that, and it's just like, how old are you? I'm 17, but how long have you been 17? About 30 years.
30.
Yeah, no, it's like I said, it's like a parody version. It's like, oh, so you're like 47? No, I'm 17, but I've just been 17 for about 30 years. It's like, yeah, I knew you'd be older, but like, I thought you'd be like 200. 200 is like magical. This just feels weird.
That's fucking funny.
And it is, I mean, it is
Hey,
kind of true.
Robert is
Oh.
10 years older, in a way.
Well,
Even though physically he's 25.
the way I remember astral plane working is you walk in, you don't age. But the second you walk out, all the aging happens. So the second you came out of the astral plane with us, you immediately look 10 years older.
Yeah, but that's not how Lou ruled it in his role.
I know.
Yeah,
It's-
I have a character in another game that was on. the
Yeah, I
Astral
think-
Plane
yeah,
too,
no, I
but
remember
he
it
rolled
saying
the
that
same
now.
way. Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Hey,
It would
Robert-
be hilarious though. Imagine just
It
turns to
It's
dust.
upsetting, though.
Robert and Flick. Actually, I don't know if you're both. If I haven't heard from Flick, so I don't know if he's on break. But in the party tab in Discord, the party channel, if you guys post a description and some info on your character, a picture, and a wish list, then you get an extra story point, a one-time story point for doing that. But also, you want to have. I was just noticing that neither of you have a wish list in there. If you have a wish list in there, then occasionally we come across a cache, and Lou calls for us all to roll, and whoever wins the roll gets something from their wish list. So if you don't have a wish list, he's going to give you something random. If you have a wish list, then you'll get something specific that you've asked for. But try to have stuff in there of different rarities, so that because he has you roll a D100 and the rarity is based on that. So if you happen to roll high, you want to have like some nicer stuff like selected. But generally, Lou makes this a lower magic campaign, so you're usually going to get like uncommon stuff.
I
So.
said no more than one legendary and no more.
I
Than
try to have
4
one of
items.
each, even though it's almost it's so unlikely that we're ever going to roll a legendary. I would hate to roll a legendary and get something random. I'd rather
Yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
I'm
I'm
gonna
pretty sure-
copy and paste my wish list from my last character.
I'm
Where
pretty
do
sure
we
he
use
is,
this, you say?
in
In
the
the party
Discord.
tab. In Discord. The party channel. Yeah, you get the story point for like writing a description of your character, like an introduction kind of thing, and then you also add a wish list for your character. And you can see there's a couple past characters that haven't been removed yet, but you can scroll up and see like there's Eldwin and Anvir and Nasera in there.
Is it under Grey Wanderers or is it a
Yeah,
general?
Yes,
it's under
it's
the Grey
Grey
Wanderers. So we have announcements, main chat, attendance, party, journal.
Oh, I don't
roleplay.
see party. I see roleplay, so I don't see a party tab at all.
Oh, Lou might have to adjust the permissions. Interesting.
No, because party and journal are open to everybody.
I thought so too.
I don't
you
have
should've-
journal either. Yeah,
Oh,
That's weird.
yeah. I thought it was weird that I hadn't seen those because I know they were in the past. So I was wondering if that was something we just did in game. So I never
we'll
questioned
have
why
to
I
ask
never
Lou
saw
about
it.
it. There might be
Well,
some
that
settings.
is weird.
Maybe there's like a server role where he needs to like make you a full member or something. There's like, yeah, I don't know. We'll ask Lou.
Oh, Robert just typed in the party section. Did you
Yeah,
just
he
get a
does.
notification about it?
Nope, nothing for me at all. I just see the main four.
Well,
announcement,
have
main
you
attendance,
signed
roleplay.
terms and services?
Uh,
That's the only role that I don't see you with. Terms of service.
Oh, an oath bow. That would be cool. I don't know
Well,
the
that's
cloak of
true. You don't have a
Arachnodia.
green name, so you might not have accepted the terms of services, so you might not have
Oh,
the
whoops.
public channels.
Treasure.
Oh,
Oh, that's.
turned green.
I just turned green. I don't have any channels yet, but I have turned green. Or nothing has appeared.
Oh? It was left and came back. Are you okay?
Yeah, it's me.
I don't know. Maybe it takes a bit to
Ghostly
update. I'm not sure.
Discord noise is so funny.
I
Aren't they
turned it
fun?
off.
The
I turned it
Halloween
off.
noises. I love them. I love it.
It annoyed me. I turned it off.
Yeah, they annoyed me too. I turned them off also.
Aw.
At first they were cute, and then they just got annoying. But yeah, the cloak of Arachnodia is pretty good.
I heard them about a total
Alright,
of 3 times, and I was like, okay, that's enough of that. But yeah, about selling the purple worm venom, I know it's only 1 dose, but it's 12d6 or half as much on a save. That is a
feel like-
lot of damage.
I feel like one big hit, whereas 2,000 gold. Like, I mean, I don't know. Not that we're gonna get the
Okay.
full 2,000. but-
Counter argument. Which one of you has the poisoner feat to actually apply the poison?
Volley
Yeah,
the
okay.
NPC.
Yeah, Voli the NPC is the only one.
Well, there you go.
But Nasira is actually immune to poison, so we could probably make an argument for her utilizing it inexpertly. Because because Lou has, I know in other games where like if people who didn't have expertise in a poisoner's kit tried to handle poisons, there was a risk of them, like they had to make a roll and they could fuck up, you know. But since Nasira is immune, there's a possibility we could utilize the poison in a creative way and have her handle it, you know.
Would your dagger like being covered in poison?
I haven't asked her.
You know,
She was
if you
not-
wanna take her-
Remember, she specifically asked me not to use her when we slit the Gith's throat. She was not fond of that. She's like, oh yeah, no, thank you. Remember? So she definitely has preferences.
I only want
Right.
human.
No, you're the wielder.
Also-
You're in charge.
I wonder if it's because she doesn't want humanoids. I can only hope. Anyway,
All right, what are we doing?
We don't
So
know.
Um,
You're just fucking around.
5 days passed. I think we were talking about bringing your love interest with you, which she actually give me a persuasion check with advantage.
Well, I vote for going and talking to House Abra, but I'm not sure if the rest of the party is on board with that.
I'm fine with bringing her along
Yeah.
and risking the danger, but not
So-
going to the house.
Okay.
Yeah, she would be. Yeah, she would agree that she could come with you. She, let's see, would probably
we
want to
have any-
still work for you in some way, just so she can keep making money.
Okay.
She says she does have knowledge of, sword play and such.
So we make her like a hireling in our camp.
Yeah, so she would she says she could help defend the camp, or if you want to send her on, quests or
Spy missions.
jobs. She does have skills in spying and assassination and gathering information.
Okay.
And you're not speaking to the Abra estate about it, though.
It sounds like I'm outvoted in that regard, unless there's a couple that haven't spoken up. So Robert was down for going because he wanted to case the joint.
I think
Yeah,
it's safe.
Lord Abra might take that as a slight. I mean, obviously, you guys aren't on bad terms with him because
Right.
you did a few
did a
jobs,
job for
and
him.
he doesn't seem like he's harried you since you've been back in town.
Yeah. Would we have any idea what type of intel he might appreciate? Like, could we send him a note as a gesture of goodwill before we leave town again? Just to because Nasir is interested in appeasing him at least, especially because Atal is under his thumb a bit, you know?
Yeah. I don't know. That would be up to you what you want to do.
All right,
if
so I
there's
talked to the
something you think
group,
you
like,
want.
Presumably, we would have this discussion to some extent in character. I'm trying to get in character here. So we've discussed the whole Abra thing. Like, so if we are not going to visit him before we depart, can anyone think of some information that we have learned or intel that we might share, that we might send to him as a gesture of to ensure we do not become his enemy? We have enough enemies in this town.
I don't really know this guy, so fuck him.
Tala would say, if you want to ensure that you don't become his enemy, you would want to ask him about me going with you. Preferably someone who is persuasive. And he might ask for some kind of compensation. So,
okay, Atala, what is your preference? I will go and have an audience with him on your behalf if you wish.
As well, I
am mildly persuasive.
If you think you can persuade him, I'd say try. But just, if you fail, then he might say no, and at that point, if I leave, he'll be really upset, rather than, keeping it vague.
But if you leave without his consent, will it be worse for all of us? Or I wish to keep...
It would be worse if you asked him and he said no, then I left. So it might be a little bit better if I just vanished, although he's a powerful vampire lord, so I can't say how he'll react. But I guess maybe he'd be okay with it. She says maybe that would burn the last of our goodwill, and maybe he'd just be like neutral with us again, or with you. Definitely would be pissed at me, I think. Were you saying something?
Never mind. Go and ask him. I think that he may consider it a benefit to him to have you along with us as an agent that is still in some way attached to him. Obviously, that's not how I wish it to be, but he may see it that way.
Well, if you can make that argument, he might be willing to, let me go.
Does the rest of the group object to me going, or just not want to go yourselves?
I just wasn't the happiest about dealing with vampires, if I'm honest. But if you're going to go, I will go with you.
It's like, yeah, if you want to go, I'll back you up.
All right, I appreciate that. I don't necessarily wish to walk in alone, but yes. And Anvir, do you have that you have that spell that makes me you have that spell, Anvir, I think, that makes me feel so confident in my abilities.
Oh, don't worry. I was already checking if I had that prepared.
All right, so I guess we might follow the tunnels. We might follow the tunnels to the Abra estate, and it's up to Atala if she wants to come with or not.
All right. Well, I assume you're all going. So yeah, you would go through the tunnels with your pit market escort. The vampire guard down there would be kind of surprised to see you. He would remember you guys and say, "The Wanderers return. You really kicked the nest last time you were here, attacking that Steel Shadow stronghold."
Well, they had taken one of ours, and we are rather prickly about such things.
He says, "Lord Stravaro had heard you were back in town and had told us."
We wondered if he might have some few minutes to spare for an audience.
Let me check with him. And he would go,
very well.
Or as he's about to go, he says, "Is this pertain to anything in particular?"
Our return to the city, our abrupt departure previously, wishing to explain ourselves and confirm our, status, relationship with this house.
This is very well. So he would go speak with.
Were you going to say something? Was that Robert that started to speak?
I think that was...
never mind. It's fine.
Yeah, so he would accept your audience, entering his office.
I was going to say, while he's gone, I would cast the enhance ability on the Sierra.
Thank you.
Oh, you are being watched right now. There are people still here. So I don't know if you want to cast it anyway, or what you want to do. Could
I have cast it on the walk-off?
Yes, I guess so. You said you were going to cast it, so maybe it's, maybe before you got here.
As we arrived, I guess, the last corner of the tunnels.
Yeah, we got here and started talking pretty quickly, and I didn't want to interrupt, so I'm like, I'll just wait for a second.
Alright. So, when you go to his office, you would see he is wearing plate armor with a large, you think is a great axe on his back.
Was he armored when we saw him before?
No, you've never seen him in armor before. He has his helmet on the table along with a book. He kind of looks up as you enter. Says, "Oh, hello again, friends. I heard you were on your way up." He says, "I was wondering if I'd see you again."
We appreciate you taking the time to grant an audience.
He says, "Of course. I assume we're still allies."
That was our assumption and preference as well, but we realized that our departure previously was rather abrupt, and that is part of the purpose for our visit today is to ensure that we apologized and explained ourselves. But it seems that you are already well apprised of our exploits with the Shadow Steel, so perhaps you guessed why we left so abruptly.
He kind of sits down at the head of his table, kind of a Castlevania Dracula pose. Says, "I will say, I'm a little bit surprised you'd use enhancement magic when talking to me. Thought you had more respect than that."
Well, of course you understand that we all must do whatever we can.
I kid with you, my friend. He says, "I use plenty of magics when I negotiate." But
Nasira would gesture to Anvir like wanted to drop it.
Hey, don't rat me out.
Oh no, like I mean, okay, you're right. Yeah, okay.
He says, "But yes,
my name's Robert.
I would prefer that you drop the spells, and I can assure you, I will not use them either."
Nasira will make a gesture that she assumes might seem like a spellcaster dropping their spell, but since she doesn't cast, she's probably looking foolish.
Alright,
I dropped the concentration, yeah.
Says, "I see there are some new people in the group. I recognize Flick. I don't recognize the other one."
I would gesture to Robert. Is your choice, my friend, if you wish to introduce yourself.
Yeah, Robert will introduce himself the same way. Attempt! I want to say attempt to introduce himself the same way he introduced to... is it pronounced Acela?
Yeah.
Is her name pronounced Acela?
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll go up to him, take his hand, and kiss the back of it. Roberto Montoya at your service.
Yes, Lord Stravaro Abra. He says, "It is good to meet you, Roberto." You said Robert or Roberto?
Roberto. You may call me Robert.
He says, "Well, Robert, as I said, good to meet you. And Flick, the famous, I don't know, what would you be known for in the city?"
Being underfoot, but also knowing me able to stop me from being underfoot.
This is the famous Underfoot Tabaxi. I've heard stories, but never met you in person, obviously. He says, "Welcome to my home. Welcome all of you." He says, "Will you be in the city looking for work, or is this visit for something else? I assume you're going to ask me for something, as that spell usually implies requests."
Well, in truth, we primarily wished to ensure that there was no bad blood between us. We, again, did not know how you took it when we disappeared so abruptly, and we're just hedging our bets, so to speak, and
Says, "Well, I was
hoping for the best."
I was surprised by your abrupt departure, but you are not my mercenaries or in any way bound to me, so I did not take it as a slight. He says, "I assumed you'd be back at some point, and here you are."
So we actually have some need to depart again shortly, and we thought perhaps that you would be amenable to sending one of your own with us. Someone who is already known to our group, knows much of our escapades and adventures, and that would then be able to act perhaps as, an agent of yours with our party when we are not here under your eye and
just real quick, was Robert trying to romance Lord Abra?
No, that's just how he introduces himself.
Oh, okay. I mean, if you were, that's fine. I was just curious.
That's how he takes it that way.
It's like, hey.
He did say the same as he spoke to Estella.
Yeah, that's why I was like, I didn't think much of it. Then I read chat. I was like, oh yeah, that's true. Maybe. But anyway, give me a persuasion or deception, I'll say.
Alright, we're gonna go with persuasion, I think. Let me look here. Does she have deception? No. Alright. Ha-ha!
There's perception.
He thinks...
That's perception.
Okay. Persuasion is plus 8. Persuasion is plus 7, so it would have been 24.
Alright. So he thinks for a moment. He says, and what benefit would it be to have one of my people with you if you're not within the city?
Well, you seemed to have some interest in our group and our group's abilities, and we are chasing interesting adventures in interesting places.
As well, my interest was mostly how we could benefit each other, though my interest outside the city is not as pronounced, I'll say. I don't know if there'd be much benefit other than me having to pay someone to follow you around. It's an odd request.
We paid their salary as they were with us.
Give me another persuasion again or deception.
Okay. Okay, this time I might roll the right thing. Here we go. Ooh.
He says, well, I do have a couple of people who might be up for the task. I mean, wouldn't hurt to gather some information on what's going on outside my walls, especially if you end up being attacked by the Stevison estate or the Steel Shadow. I'd like to know more about what sort of forces they have and what their plans are after you've either been captured or defeated them.
Would you?
Says, I assume you know that they still hunt you.
Indeed, we do. We have received some intel on their workings, but so far it seems they are a bit behind us, so to speak.
Well, I have a couple of people in mind who I could spare to go with you. Shall I
consider allowing us to select one of your operatives?
Another persuasion or deception.
Shit. Okay, here goes. I already used my inspiration today, but I'm ready with my story point.
Gotta complete the love arc.
Right. Just be true.
Oh, they just keep getting lower.
Alright, so you're using the 14?
Yeah, let's see what he says.
So he kind of eyes you a moment as if sizing you up a little. He says,
of course, anything, if you, any information or weaknesses that, how would she say this? Like, just as he, like, kind of eyes me up and down and doesn't look quite convinced, she's gonna be like, of course, you learning of, the individual weaknesses of our group only, gives you that much more, I don't want to say power, she's like, she's insinuating that he's basically noticed a weakness of Nasira's, and she's admitting it.
Chips in the pot.
He says, you play your hand a little bit too readily. I assume the person you want to go with you is Atala.
Indeed, she has her skills have become rather indispensable to some members of our party.
Kind of a wry smile. He says, "I bet."
Oh. God damn it! Why isn't Careless Whisper one of the Discord sounds?
Well, I suppose I could give her a bit of a vacation.
I would consider it a personal favor. Granted, I am not speaking for the group, but for myself, if you wish to call this favor in the future.
He says, I might ask something of your group next time you're in town.
Again, it was a favor that I have offered you personally. I will not speak for my group in this regard.
I'll keep that in mind if your group doesn't wish to assist. I suppose Atala has been quite useful, and there's not much I need her for right now, so if she wishes to go gallivanting with you on adventures, then so be it. Just make sure she comes back here every now and then. And if she dies, let me know. Preferably bring her body back if she dies. Is there anything else?
There's a bit of a pause with that, because that was kind of callous, but Nasira
Robert will raise his hand.
Right? Go ahead.
Yes, Roberto.
I thought vampires couldn't die.
Says anything can die. But it's harder to kill a vampire. I'll say that. And once you kill them, it's sometimes hard to keep them dead, depending on how they die.
I kind of just like I'm just in the corner. Just like
So I've noticed you're wearing plate armor. Are you going off tour?
That's my business, what I'm doing with this armor. Just say you came here at an auspicious time.
Alright, noted.
Of
Well,
course.
If there's nothing else, I am quite busy. My apologies, I am being a poor host, but as I said, you did arrive at a bit of an auspicious time, so if that'll be all.
Yes, of course. It was very generous of you to fit us into your schedule. We will be off. And we will, of course, be in touch when we are in the area or able to contact you with updates.
I was just gonna ask, does he seem like nervous about this at all? Like whatever he's talking about?
Give me a insight check.
Can Nasira go in on that as well? I think she's pretty decent at insight.
Sure, anyone who wants.
Oh, never mind. Anvir's got it. She's distracted by the excitement of
he seems pretty cool. He doesn't seem too worried. If he is
Cucumber.
worried, he's hiding it very well. But he is a vampire lord.
God knows how old he is. He's had time to practice
All right.
the poker.
Well, be off with you then. And he kind of does the noble thing where he just waves his hand.
I give a
good luck
polite
with
bow, but I don't like
your
it.
war or whatever you're doing. Bye.
Yes, thank you.
All right, let's get out of here.
Bye. All right. so
Nasira moves gracefully but swiftly back to the tunnels.
Did Flick want to say anything, or was he just kind of keeping quiet for that?
I'm keeping quiet for that.
All right. So you go back to the tunnels. The vampires escort you out, and you are once again making your way through the underground area with your pit gang escort, and you head back to the market.
You know,
Lord
guys-
Alfred knows about you, Flick.
I thought you guys said he was scary. He was really nice.
You haven't seen him when he's mad. Or when he's tried to cast magic on you.
What? Casting magic in plate mail? Is that even possible?
Oh, vampires have very inherent magic, especially when they're as old as that one.
How old is he? Have you asked?
No, but when you consider the fact that pretty much every vampire in this town works under him, he's gotta be a decently powerful one.
All right, let us be away from this place. Atala, is there anything I can do to assist you in readying yourself to travel? Do you need supplies? Anything to ensure your travels are comfortable? She's like a little over attentive.
It's like, it went well then? I'm free to go?
Oh, I thought you said she came with us. I'm sorry.
No,
then I would relay. Oh, okay. Then I would relay.
She definitely would not want to be there for that.
Oh, okay. Then I would relay the conversation.
She's pretty scared of Lord Abra. Most of the vampires in the city are.
Okay.
All right. So
yeah, I would relay what. Yeah.
She is excited, and she goes and packs her things. All right. So at this point, unless we want to do some more RP, I assume you're leaving the city.
Yes.
Any last minute purchases?
Yes, I would like to purchase some nicer than average rations for no reason except that Nasira is like misses the finer comforts, and we're about to leave them.
Well, preserved rations are. I mean, they're not very tasty.
I know, but I'm assuming she's getting just stuff that's a little nicer than is necessary.
If you're just buying food, then you can buy food for the day, but it wouldn't be preserved.
Okay. Well, how about some wine that we can take with us? That's really good.
You could buy
this
some
preserved this preserved jerky I've got. It's Wagyu.
This is some Wagyu jerky.
I'd just like to go
salted.
If we must leave the finer comforts, then at least I could have a drop of good wine upon my tongue. All right, so she'll buy a few bottles. I don't know. You can tell me how much she spends, but yeah, she's totally okay with spending a little extra just for comforts. Plus, she's got a chick to entertain now too.
Yeah,
I just want to buy some basic stuff like wine, ball bearings, etc., etc.
So Tala will join your camp, or are you leaving her on the ship?
I put her in the camp, but I didn't put anything more down for her yet. So I assume that it's up to her, but I assume she's gonna mostly stick with us for now until we get to a point where we need to decide whether.
Yeah, because the ship is a location, but your camp is like, your people following you.
I would say for now she's camp. At some points, we might decide to leave her with the ship.
Is she much of a fighter? Do we know?
So do you have any way of assessing that?
I mean, we found her because she killed people.
So I'll
Robert
say.
Can.
Yeah. Robert. I think you have an ability where you can actually do that. Right?
Yeah. Know your enemy. Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So she would have a strength of 16, a dex of 20, con of 14, armor class 18, current hit points. She would be at 65. You don't think she had... Well, wait. Class levels... she doesn't have any fighter class levels, but you think she has 5 class levels.
Okay. Could Rubber have done this to the Lord Abra?
Could what?
To Lord Abra. It just says you need to observe him for a minute. Like, it doesn't...
Oh, Abra? Oh,
he's just watching, right?
How long were we talking to Abra? Because it's 2 per minute.
Oh, is it 2 per minute?
Oh, that's not bad, actually. 2 per minute is a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, you probably could have got some info on Lord Abra if you really want to know. Let's see.
And then technically, I think you're just meant to learn whether or not it's the same.
Yeah, it was inferior, superior. Yeah, it says right here.
You don't
tells
get
you the
the
creatures
actual...
you're equal. No.
Oh, what's your
equal,
strength
superior,
score?
or inferior? 8.
So strength is superior with Lord Abra. What's your dex?
20.
He would be superior. What's your con?
Jesus.
Oh God.
14.
You'd be superior. What's your AC?
My AC is 20.
So with his armor at that point, he would be superior. What's your current hit points?
We have to wait till he's not
108.
Yeah, he'd be superior. And your class levels is what?
13.
13. He would be superior there as well.
I mean, he's a vampire lord.
Fighter class levels, he would actually
vampire lord
not
with a
be
legion
superior.
of fun, yeah.
So you have more fighter class levels than he does. Wait, what's your fighter class levels?
13, I'm pure.
Oh yeah, so you would have more than him. So he's not a pure fighter.
Oh shit! Fuck that.
Scary.
There, you got some info on him.
Pure in every which way.
He's he's pretty swole. All right, so anyway, Atala would ask for 5 GP, a wage of 5.
Nasira would immediately agree without even considering. I apologize to the rest of the group, but then of course if they object later, she'll pay it.
I'm pretty sure we give Dosha and Volley 30.
Oh, 8. They're at 8.
Dosha's 8. Yeah.
Okay, it's not as bad as I thought. Never mind.
Yeah.
Although considering what Atala was charging at the brothel, I'm surprised she didn't.
She says,
more.
"Yeah."
How much was he charging? Oh my god!
Cheap for you, babe, and she gives you a wink.
Right.
You know my services are quality.
Yeah.
Rates.
For Robert and Flick, the first time Nasira met Atala, we were infiltrating the brothel because we had intel that there were vampires there. So I went in and hired her services and took a moment to cast a spell to oh, no, it wasn't me. Someone had cast it on. I don't remember. Anyway,
it was you. It was back when you had.
I was undercover, but I hired her, and I went through with, hiring her and
her services. Yeah.
Yes, because it would have dropped my, it would have looked suspicious if I didn't. And yeah, that's how they met. And she was expensive. She was 50 gold.
For an hour?
I think I spent the night, if I remember.
Oh, that's not bad.
Yeah.
In a gold economy, that's not bad.
If I remember correctly, it was before you respec'd out of, because I think you used to be cleric and then you went to fighter.
Oh, that's right. That's what it was. I had 1 level of cleric, so I was able to cast detect good and evil because we were on the trail of vampire, because we had found some murders. So yeah. Anyway, that's what led us to her. Yes. So the first time Nasira and her met, I hired her. Yes.
I like to imagine you're saying this all in character, and Atala's just there stop.
She just rolls her eyes you just have to keep talking about that.
If we did have that conversation, Nasira would be very matter of fact, very pragmatic about it. It was perfectly there, no shame whatsoever.
You couldn't be that way with Lord Abra?
So is Atala just gonna have to feed off Nasira this journey?
I think it wasn't. Well, maybe I don't know.
She says we already do that from time to time. Don't worry, and she gives you a wink on here.
It just tickles. It only
shudders.
Is the garlic thing true?
Well, actually, is it? I forget D&D. I think it is. Yeah.
Is it?
Yeah, garlic is a no-no for us.
It's a weird thing where symbolism itself can hurt vampires, apparently.
Crosses and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
All right, so we're taking the ship, I assume, traveling to Wandering Ember.
Yeah, I think we're taking the food, and then we got to decide: are we going to go after Calathar, or what's our plan?
I really want to help Calathar find.
I do too. I would like to follow Calathar.
So you guys, if you want, can do some RP or discussion. It's going to be a 3-day journey. I got to do some rolls.
I think that those 3 days, let's make it a downtime activity on Eldwin, if you don't mind. Let's add it to downtime activities that you are teaching the girls, Ellen, Mirren, and Scarlet. Is that what we said?
Yeah, because I think they had said before, especially if they have to be stuck on the ship, they'd like to learn it, or Ellen had or something.
And that might come in handy too, because we could contact them.
Yeah, because we could have sent the ship and they could have had the
yeah. Is that okay with you, Eldwin? Because you're the one that has to spend your downtime.
I think
no. It's a hard path.
Well, he does have spells he could be scribing and stuff, so that's why I wanted to check.
I think your microphone might been gone again. Oh god, air bubble.
All Robert does is gloat about the people he's mugged to Volley. His new best friend.
Oh, did you say bye to Acela before we left?
Nah.
Oh, really? One of those
Wow.
boyfriends.
Yeah. Yeah.
Keep them guessing. All right. So Voli would say, mugging people. It's so uncivilized.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Stevenson. What's the noble way to rob people then?
Stevison. What's Stevenson?
Excuse my accent. It's the gift.
As Volley's saying that, like, mugging people, that's so uncivilized, I give him such a stink eye.
Are you there, Eldwin? Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, sorry, mic problems.
No worries. Now, you guys don't have any rations in the camp. Did you want to
I
put some in
still
there,
have-
or did you want
I
to...
still have the prepare food available at them.
Oh, you want to just spend
Okay.
spells? Okay, so you're just doing that. Gotcha. So you don't have to worry about that.
Yeah, and we have a few rations in the bag, but honestly, we're kind of low. We should have probably stocked up.
How many
But-
people are with us currently?
Oh, in the ship? Well, so
That
the
is
only
so
one in
good.
your camp right
If we
now-
pay their salary, that covers their rations, right?
Yeah, no, you don't have to worry about your NPC's food, just yours. The rations for the camp would be like, I would minus them for your group, but I forgot
Okay.
you can use spells.
I just meant, like, who do we need to worry about having food for?
6
Just yourselves. Yeah.
Okay,
We're
then
fine,
we're
actually,
fine.
right
Then
now.
we're absolutely fine.
people.
Yeah,
Okay.
no. Yeah, I was just, like I said, more, because I was just going to minus them for the travel, but that's fine.
Yeah, 'cause
Uh,
this feeds up to 15, so we're chill.
Damn,
You're good.
15 people?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, go ahead.
One of the days I would have Nasira take over, and I would, if everyone's okay, I'd for me to use what's oh, jeez, 50
That's
times
right, I can
5.
take over. That's perfect, yeah.
This is a 5th level, so 50
2 times
times
5, 250.
All right, well, the journey,
Yep.
you said someone was, Nasir was taking over for you to pilot for one of the days?
Yeah,
Well, for
so-
the teaching, yeah.
Or just for
And
this
piloting.
trip?
For this trip, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
So I would teach them for 2 days, and one of the days I'm going to scribe steaming from the spell scroll that we have.
Nice.
Okay, yeah, just spend the resources. That's fine. Anyone else doing anything during the journey?
Robert's debating Voli on the proper way to mug people. And what's civilized and what's not.
You and Voli. It's like, mugging. No, you don't mug people. You trick them to get their gold. You don't hurt them. It's strange.
I would give back the pirate hat of disguise, so it's back in the inventory if anyone wants it, and I would reattune to my dagger.
Okay. So you would reach Wandering Ember, giving them all the food, which they're very grateful for.
That was 2 days travel or 3?
3 days. So it's
Okay.
currently the 15th of summer. So yeah, no, they get the food, and you think your little town is set, at least for the time being. They should no longer be in danger of starvation.
Onvir, do you want to contact your Calavar, or what is our next step if we wish to follow him?
Robert will bring up. Didn't the fella say you guys had assassins after you? Don't you want to secure the town first?
Oh, but the assassins were sent to Candle, which is the town we abandoned because the Red Wizard had his elementals all over the place.
They did also say there was potentially a spy inside my temple, and I think the temple does know where we are.
Oh shit! Fuck.
We want to
okay.
set up a communication network of some sort.
might
We
be
do
where-
have those. We do have those sending stones that we got from the fortress.
Who
Did
do
you-
they
did
connect
we-
with?
Were
Do
they?
we have
I'm
both,
assuming
do we
each
have
other.
both stones, or does someone else have the other stone?
We have 2 stones.
Oh, okay. So we could leave them with James, maybe,
Yeah.
and we could inform our Storm Giant Overlord. Of Overlord. I know he's not our Overlord, but
If he's your overlord, doesn't
He's
he
our
really
Storm
care
Alright.
about
Giant
No, no, no.
Daddy.
matters?
He gives us lightning
sign up to
damage.
do? What's going on?
Are you interested in some boule eggs, oh Master of Storms, to bless us again?
You gonna go talk to your storm giant daddy about it?
Storm giant sugar daddy.
I don't know. What do you think,
We have
Unveer? Do
boule
we want
eggs. Give us lightning.
Do we want to just stay in touch with our people, or do we want to like have the giants looking out for these possible assassins? Because if the giants are looking out as well as our people, it's possible that
The
They're
giants
all
are a
like-
little far from here, if I remember.
Atalis says also, like, a lot of these caves the giants aren't going to fit in. I mean, I could
that's
go
true.
look into it if you want. You want me to go
no.
gather information somewhere?
stay with us.
She rolls her eyes. She says, "Oh,
Personal opinion.
is that my job? All right. I guess I'm an attendant
No,
then."
that sounds. Oh my god, that sounds so demeaning.
No, you're
Wait,
not
wait,
an
wait.
attendant. You're an serious
you a
emotional
master of
support
whispers?
vampire.
She says,
I have no. Everyone's talking at once.
She says, I have a spy, an ability to spy and gather information. I mean, I did that a lot at the brothel, after all. It was one of my main
Barbara
jobs.
kind of
there.
just looks at Nasira disappointedly. You know, a Master of Whispers could be very useful.
Yes, but does a Master of Whispers gather many whispers out in the desolate caves? I mean,
She wearing the
isn't that
emotional
more of a
support collar.
skill for the bustling cities? Sorry, what did you say, Lou?
Oh, just Anvir's comment was funny. Emotional support vampire.
Oh.
She's allowed on the airplane with you. Sorry. go
Well,
ahead.
it's
I'm ruining it.
your town, your assassin steal it. Just putting out my two.
Well, let us-
cover.
Let us go and speak with James
So,
and
as you are
fill him in.
As you are kind of there talking, a familiar voice would say, "Oh, hello, Atala. Didn't expect to see you here." Where is it? And Caleb
Is it
walks
Caleb?
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
She kind of gives him a catty smile back, and she says, "Oh, this guy's still with you." He says,
Luckily, he has decided to put down roots here, and we will be moving along without him.
I've been extremely useful to their little settlement, I assure you. She says, "Well, at least you finally found some place to be useful." And he just gives her a very, very start of a dirty look, but then just smiles and says, "Well, I see you haven't changed much. Anyway, good to see you back, Wanderers." And he just kind of walks away.
Like, what's with the beef? Did he give you tainted blood? Sorry.
Says,
They
"No."
are both, I think.
He
I
is,
think they are
he
both.
is a
I think
traitor
they're-
to the Opera House. I don't know why you let
I
him
think
live.
they're both spawn of the same vampire lord, but he's rogue, and we actually helped him. So yeah.
He nearly killed me once.
Mm-hmm.
It was like fun.
He
I think
would have killed all of us.
I think he nearly killed you guys twice.
Yeah.
It was once in the sewers, then once in the lair.
Yeah, the first time we didn't know who he was, and the second time.
No, the one in the layer, he was like, "Oh shit, you guys."
Yeah. Well, that's fine. I mean, I guess if he's behaving, I don't know. I wouldn't trust him, but that's just me.
Well, I have similar reservations, but at the same time, he is a being of power, as are you, and you must understand that many of the humans of this settlement can use all the protection that they can get.
This is being
Yeah.
a power, am I? Well, I'll have to remember that.
Yeah,
not.
unfortunately, after the mayor died, we didn't really have anyone who understood how to run a place economically, so he kind of filled the void we really needed.
But we have made him second in command. He does answer to another.
Well, all right. So, do you want me to look into these assassins, or would you rather I stay close to the camp?
I would look to the rest of the group because I'm kind of torn.
Like, your assassins, your problems.
Look, yeah, like I'm all for it, but at the same time, I know you're like a couple, and you don't want to get rid of her the second we just got her to join. So I'm
Well,
chill either
my
way.
thought is just if she goes off wandering, are we going to head out after Calathar, which is are going to do that. But are we leaving her here to help with whatever the assassin threat is, and then we'll come back here later? Because that's fine if that's what we decide to do, we can do that. But
We could leave the stone with her instead.
Oh yes.
So is
Okay,
that
all
the
right,
decision? The next thing you're doing is heading to where Calathar is?
I think
Yeah, so
that's
I would-
pretty much.
Yeah.
I would say to Atala, well, I would have told her along the way, but like, let's just, I guess, try and do it in character a little bit. So, I would tell Atala, you remember I mentioned our ally at Calathar. He has been away for some days now, and we wish to follow him and aid him in recovering his mate, as we promised we would. We do not know what dangers we will face, and I had hoped that you would travel with us. But at the
Well-
same time, yeah, go ahead.
Well, my skills are most useful in settlements and keeping an eye out on comings and goings, but I will do whatever you and the group thinks is best, as you are paying me.
Well, we definitely could, I think, perhaps benefit from your expertise in detecting and mitigating any spies that come looking here. And by mitigating, of course, I mean ensuring that they carry no messages back to any other place.
My only issue is I wish we could send her the Temple of Hildar, but like in my mind, there is no way the Temple of Hildar is not like fully sanctified land for undead not to be able to get on it.
Yeah.
Oh,
Anvir, perhaps you should spend some of your magic one of these evenings to notify your patroness, your matron of your temple, of the possibility of a spy or someone of ill intent in her midst.
So I wanted
it
to,
could be the Matrix.
yeah, just because we are probably gonna have to end here soon. But does Eldwin or Flick or either of you saying anything during this? I haven't really heard from you guys.
No, I'm just kind of taking it all in because there's a lot of stuff that I'm like catching up on. Ooh.
All right, and Eldwin,
Yeah, nothing
Hopefully, we're
bad
gonna
for me.
go follow a dragon and find some battle soon.
Yeah.
I have no idea what's going on. I'm just along for the ride, baby.
Yep. I'm just like, ooh, ship.
you made a girlfriend in one of the cities, so you're happy.
And then he just
And then you
completely
left.
left without
Yeah,
saying bye
then
to
you
her.
left without saying anything.
Robert the pirate. What do you expect?
He's a pirate. Yar. All right. Why don't we do MVP votes?
I'm a pirate, not a lover.
Yar.
Oh, MVP is so hard in RP heavy sessions. Well, even in combat sessions, it's always hard.
Combat's harder, in my opinion.
Yeah.
All right. So
Unless someone
with,
did really big.
4 votes, Nasira, you were MVP.
That's
Thank you guys.
It's
I got my inspiration back.
because you finished your love quest line.
I mean, I got my double inspiration back because first off, I got a point, and I got my vampire, and my emotional support vampire.
Yeah.
Emotional support vampire.
We'll see if you.
It's funny
bring
because
her with
I
you.
took her on 4 or 5 different dates, like when we were in town last, and now it's like, oh, now she's into me,
it took you 5 days. It only took Robert 1 night, baby.
right? Well, it was 1 week technically. It was 1 week. You were
1
romancing
week.
her for a week. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Robert wasn't
You-
romancing her.
Okay, Lou. Okay, you were. Yeah, I don't know what the right word is. Lou combined like the whole week of downtime into that single role. Yeah.
they dating.
Dating.
Yeah.
You were.
Thanks for the game, everyone. I'm gonna go to bed.
Yeah. Have a good night.
Good night,
Night.
Edwin.
Like define couple.
All right, so unfortunately, I will be out next week, and
Oh no.
Yeah. so obviously, if we leave Atala here, then she could be of great use. I think leaving the stone with her is a great idea, but
Oh.
I'm totally down to follow Calico.
And Flick does have that. I don't know if he told anyone, but Flick does have that location of where the demon portals are.
Oh yeah.
Would you
think
tell
I
us about that, Fluke?
I probably would eventually at some point. I think right now it
Eventually.
seems like everybody. Yeah, there seems to be a consensus of where we're headed next. So I was like, okay. I honestly haven't even opened the tube myself because I got it, and then I'm just like, oh, now I have to learn how to sell stuff, and then oh, what are people doing? So I completely
should-
forgot that I have it.
We should figure that out because if it's on the way, we may as well stop.
Wait, this Cathar guy is your dragon friend?
Well, and presumably we're taking the ship, so you're going to
Yes.
have some downtime. Those who are not piloting the ship or teaching people or doing other downtime activities would have some downtime while we travel in the ship. So you could potentially, pop that open and take a look, you know?
Oh
Can
yeah.
you learn? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh no, that's all I had to say. I was just responding.
Can you learn proficiencies? Is that a thing?
No.
Yes, but you can, but you need an instructor, and you need to usually
Well,
pay
you
them
can
unless they
learn.
like.
You can
know.
learn tools. You can't learn proficiencies.
Oh my
So you,
bad.
you
Okay.
can learn
okay.
tools and kits, but actual proficiencies you have to pick up through level ups, like with multi-classing or feats.
Oh,
Or,
okay, okay.
or feet, yeah.
Avoli has poisoners here, right?
Yes.
Maybe I'll look into getting that. Oh, I need to make my new character. Oh, I'll figure that out. Or not my new character. I need to redo Robert, right?
Yes, if you could redo him with the,
Are we supposed to?
well, for like skills
It's 'cause-
like that have been redone, like the sniper, because like it kind of needs
Oh.
a bit of a nerf. So
Yeah, it was changed pretty heavily, right, compared to 2014 one.
well, I
It's pretty
mean,
much.
yeah,
I'll try and see
it's
what's
not-
up on.
like I wouldn't say it's bad. It
So we
still
can-
has a lot of really good stuff. It just doesn't give you the +10 to damage anymore.
It's
Yeah.
not ridiculous.
Yeah, exactly.
It's.
I'll
I think it's +1 to either Dex or Con. It might just be Dex. It's the long range bit. It's the
Wait, Are
ignores cover bit, and you can shoot in melee range.
nice.
Yeah.
Are the 24 sheets working yet?
No, I would stay away from them. You might just have to copy paste stuff from the books.
Can I get another 2014 sheet?
Yes.
You can just name it like Robert 2 or something. And then I'll work on it this weekend, hopefully, if I don't forget.
All right. I'll just call it Robert's character.
And I can,
character
like-
sheet.
I might start fiddling around and converting, getting that
How?
other sheet I've got.
Yeah, so if
Yeah,
you are
how-
gonna convert stuff, you would have to convert the whole character, which for you, like, so if you wanted the better heal spells, I think you would have to use one of the, 24 subclasses, and I don't think, Twilight Cleric is a thing.
They have rules for how to convert.
The Twilight Cleric?
They have rules to convert old subclasses.
No.
Well, what's the rule for Twilight Cleric?
Let me have a look.
Because I assume they're gonna nerf it, because it's ridiculous.
How?
I don't know how hard they're gonna nerf it, but like right now, I wouldn't say it's broken, but it is like easily one of the most powerful subclasses for cleric. There's a reason why I
Yeah.
have one in pretty much every game.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
in some ways I regret picking Twilight Cleric. I mainly picked it because I was like, Underdark, Dark Vision.
Right.
Well,
that's
I mean, and
actually-
that's just one thing that makes it ridiculous. That dark vision.
And then like everything, like if I get to level 17, the Channel Divinity becomes redonkulous.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, AJ, like, I started this campaign. I only played like 3 sessions because the time was really hard for me to like be reliable. But I started this campaign with Lou, like, and I brought in a Twilight Cleric. And then when I came back to join this group, because I was like, oh, I can do that time slot, and I wanted to play this campaign. If I hadn't learned that there was already a Twilight Cleric, I totally would have picked Twilight Cleric. It made so much sense for an Underdark campaign, you know? Like, no, it totally makes sense.
So the way I understand it, the
All
way
right,
it
guys.
would work for
See you
me
next week.
is
Yeah,
the way
see
you
you
would Yeah, the way I understand it is like for right now, if I was converted, not much would change for me. But like, if you're saying oh yeah, if you're using the new rules, probably use one of the new subclasses. I'm not going to argue about that because I will agree that Twilight is a very strong class.
Yeah, because at that point you're gonna have the improved healing. You're gonna have your temp HP. So it's like, yeah. I'd probably say because it's meant to be balanced with the new subclasses.
Yeah, no, that makes complete sense. It might be something I hold off on doing then, because if I wasn't a Twilight cleric, I feel like I would want to be a new character completely.
Oh, that's fine, and you could stay as a Twilight cleric now. I mean, the biggest ones I want to switch over are probably like the sniper, the great weapon master, and maybe, although I care a little bit less, but maybe the healer feat. Just because I feel like I don't think the healer feat is as bad as the other two, but it's
I've noticed you've definitely been implementing some of the new rules, like the new surprise rules and stuff.
Yeah,
which I definitely appreciate. The old surprise rules were like, oh my god.
Here's my thing: is like, if you say you would prefer me to convert, then I'm gonna do it. But honestly, when the sheets aren't working and we're doing things a little bit but not all, I have trouble. My brain has trouble with change, and I don't know. I'm not against upgrading. I'm open to upgrading. I just if we're doing some rules and not other rules, I don't know. I'm down to upgrade Nasira to the new monk. If we decide to go all 24, and that of course means that her healing feat is going to change. I don't necessarily want to do parts and not other parts. I'm gonna have trouble keeping track of that.
You can stay as you are for now. My problem with the healer feat is I just think healing needs to be a full rest resource, and I think it was a mistake for them to give so much healing. Although it is a feat, but at the same time, it's just a lot of healing, a crazy amount for
Yeah, honestly though, it's interesting because that particular feat is maybe nerfed in the new stuff, but it sounds healing in general is buffed.
Yeah, so they buffed the healing spell, and they didn't nerf it. Well, they nerfed it in the new one, but it's different. Have you seen it? The new healer feat?
No, I haven't. I have not read it. I haven't had time.
What it says. It's interesting. It's definitely not as good, but it's good in other ways.
I just
got it. Okay.
I had it up.
My thing is
So now, people basically you have people spend their hit dice to heal.
Yeah.
And I think it also you can reroll ones on healing.
Yeah, a lot of
which is actually that's a really good part of it.
It's essentially like being a halfling. Well, that means that being a halfling doesn't matter anymore, I guess.
Well, no, because that never affected this kind of stuff.
Well, it's only reroll ones on heals. So if you use
on the hit points. Oh, yeah, that's true. It's not.
So if you roll 2 ones on your d8s, because you roll 2 d8s now, you can reroll them both.
Yeah.
So it makes your heal spells more powerful, which is kind of neat.
Yeah, so I mean, for Nasira, I will probably replace her feat. That healer feat won't be as valuable for her, and it was honestly just a way for her to bring people up and give some extra boosts of heals. I mean, I guess she has the Hand of Healing thing, but honestly, I haven't read all the monk stuff and
but
anyway, I mean, I will probably replace that feat for her because it seems less important for her. But also, it sounds like healing in general is buffed, healing as in people that have healing magic.
Magic's yeah. I think their idea is magic costs a resource. It's something you're giving up other opportunities. Yeah. This is guaranteed healing.
No, I agree. The healing feat is extremely cheap healing. 5 gold for